I'm telling you.
There isn't a nice...
You know what it's like? You know what? When I first heard that song, I said, it's almost like our producer, Fla-fa-fooey, who was born with the ugliest teeth on the East Coast.
He fixed that.
It's not something that's going to end his life, but he's got to deal with having these huge... You got to go look at him. I guarantee he'll get 3 songs out of it. He's got... Gary, come in here. Let Brad look at your teeth. I guarantee he'll break into song.
Gary. Here's your 4th verse.
He's got the big, full lips. And show him how your lips don't fit over your teeth. Show Brad. I'm telling you, he's going to get depressed. Seriously, look at his teeth, Brad.
I got to tell you, when I was a kid, these teeth really were a catastrophe to me.
They really were. See, that's what this song is about. Your teeth are a rock opera. Brad is going to write a whole album about your teeth.
Kids made fun of me.
They made fun of you, right? All the time.
Yeah.
Once there was a boy who had thick lips and giant caps on his teeth.
At least the kid with the white hair could dye it.
Right. Yeah, what are you going to do with those?
You've been trying to fix them for years.
Yeah.
I'll get better. They should have seen them when I was a kid.
They are straight and even, though.
No, but those are caps on those now.
And
but
that's
you see,
paid a lot for them to be straight and even.
Yeah, but do you see how his lips can't even go over the teeth? And he has to keep licking his teeth to wash them down?
You should see what he travels with.
Yeah, right. You see what I mean? Look, even Brad's laughing at you. He's like a real sensitive rock star.
He was so mature to this point.
Right. Now he's laughing. Even he has to giggle at you. And he's like a mature guy. Brad, seriously, is that what you're talking about?
People like Gary.
Yeah, this kind of thing. Yeah, I told you. This song's about Gary. Brad Roberts, Crash Test Dummies. God Shuffle His Feet. Thanks for coming in, Brad.
Thank you for having me.
Anytime, Brad.
I've had a lovely time.
Well,
good.
I can't believe it. Very few people leave saying that. All right, we'll be back. Wait till he gets out of here, then you can badmouth us. All right, we'll be back after these words. Right, here we go. Here is Crash Test Buoy.
There is this guy whose name is Fla-fa-fooey. He's got giant fucking horse teeth, and while Mary is sleeping, he fills his computer potato. So easily bored in Vegas, and chocolate gives him hard.
That's a pretty good one.
I'm hanging with it.
Bill.
Yeah, it got me. It officially hooked me now.
Like right now, I feel my professional life is like at a 9.
Oh, great.
My personal life is at like a 2. I was afraid of the big C word, the commitment word.
Yeah, go take another hairbrush in your ass.
All right, very nice job.
But it makes you think of all kinds of things. All of a sudden, I'm checking my pedicure, you know.
Right.
Uh-oh, I should have gotten a pedicure.
Yeah, I know, because it's very intimate, isn't it? It's very intimate. Was he sniffing his hand?
Oh, stop it. He's very professional.
Really? Like when he said goodbye to you, it was a pleasure meeting you. He wasn't like, did he have like his hand near his nose? It was really nice meeting you. You know who smells his fingers all the time?
Who?
Fla-fa-fooey.
I knew you were going to say that.
I know. He's always like got his fingers up by his mustache, and he's always like...
Yeah, he's always fiddling with it.
Yeah, he's fiddling by his nose. Always... I don't know if it's like a habit, and he knows whether he doesn't even realize he's doing it.
Well, he has so many nervous little things,
Hicks.
like the hitching of the pants, fiddling with the mustache.
I know. He's monkey-like.
He's grooming.
Yeah, he is. Seriously, do you know you do that?
You just interrupted me. I was eating my banana.
No, do you?
I really was. I swear. No, I don't smoke.
You know the way you eat a banana? Jackie and I talk about this all the time. I don't know if you realize this, Robin.
I couch it.
Gary eats a banana. Like, you know, a human being, when he eats a banana, he rolls the banana down, and he breaks off a piece and puts it in his mouth.
Yeah.
Gary rolls it down ape-like, and then grabs it and eats the banana.
No.
Without breaking off pieces.
Oh, come on. Lots of people eat it that way.
Jackie, tell him. So he just eats the whole thing.
So you have a free arm to hang.
Yeah. Like he eats it like right from the right hand, all of it. And like he doesn't break off pieces. He just He like eats it.
Yeah, I eat it out of the
out of the peel.
Out of the peel.
Out of the peel.
It's genetic.
Jackie and I watch him every time he eats a banana. It's the funniest thing. You don't know we talk about that.
I know that you guys. I know we all talk about everybody when someone's out of the room.
Yeah, but come on, the banana eating is the funniest.
But I don't smell my fingers.
No.
Gary,
You were doing it just yesterday.
Howard,
your hands are like up by here, and you're like.
Explain. I don't smell them. I play with my mustache.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your fingers rest on top of your mustache. They just lay there. No, not like that.
Like this.
This.
Like this.
But I
don't. You don't see him doing like this?
It's the first two fingers.
Yeah.
I think you're off on this one because I really don't.
I watch you do it all the time.
But I'm not smelling them.
You're not aware of what you're doing.
How could you not smell them? They're right under your nose.
I mean, you got to smell them. You're smelling your fingers.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe you enjoy the odor.
Oh.
Of what? I don't know. I'm not
gonna. How do we?
I don't know. Mary. Whatever.
You're lucky you're not Robin's doctor.
By the way, I have total compassion for Robin because I've been through that a bunch of times, and it is degrading, painful, and ugly.
Yeah, but at least I've seen you naked. At least you don't have anything to be laughed at about.
You're not thinking about that side when they're working on the other side.
Yeah, right. The whole time I'm thinking about, oh my God, I'm always kidding around about it on the air, but the guy's seeing the reality and he's seeing it's true. You know what I mean? It's just like, and I start to sweat, and I never sweat. My underarms get all sweaty because I'm so embarrassed by the size of it. Not that I could help it. I mean, I'm just like a guy in a wheelchair. I can't help it. But yet, it might be funny to look at. You can't stop staring at the disaster.
Well, the unfortunate thing is if you didn't do a radio show, you could go in and go. The guy would never even remember.
Right, like he might say to his wife, hey, I saw a really odd thing today. This big, tall guy. I'd be anonymous. Because what I would do is I'd go to a doctor from, in another state. So the guy wouldn't even know who I was. There's no chance.
Never see you at a party or anything.
Yeah, I'd go to a doctor in, Jersey.
You know what was really bad when I had it done?
But what I have between my legs is like a train wreck. I mean, you have to look. I know it. I see these guys staring at me.
Oh, stop.
No, I'm not kidding, Robin. At least you've got beautiful breasts, and, everything is perfect.
Look, I saw again an article about an operation. Maybe this is the operation you need.
I don't want it.
Well, then you don't have that much
I just have to What's the operation?
They snip something.
Oh, I know exactly what they do. I've looked into it. They snip a vein on the bottom.
A tendon.
A tendon, yeah. And it supposedly elongates.
Yeah.
But, that's tricky stuff. I don't want to mess with that. I'll never get to sleep if I can't get an erection.
Robin, do you believe that doctors can look at you clinically?
No.
Or do you believe that guy was like...
He was definite. Every doctor is a man.
I don't want to think about it.
No, he cannot. You're a guy. Could you look at a girl clinically?
Right, but of course not. But I'm not a doctor. But, doctors always say, hey, it's my job.
Yeah, but do you know any guys who you went to high school with who became doctors? Well, you went to Uniondale, I'm sure.
Yeah, none of those. They became mechanics.
But I know guys who became doctors.
Yeah. And you knew them when they were just guys.
I knew when they were guys. And there's no way they look at anything clinically.
Do you think that doctors get together in their offices?
No, it doesn't work that way, but they do. Do you mean people work together?
When it's just doctors, you think, you should have seen the jugs on the girl
absolutely. Absolutely.
You were coffee table discussion, Robin.
I guess so, but you know what it's like? They know there's supposed to be a certain amount of confidentiality.
Right.
But there really isn't. We know lawyers. None of them are confidential.
Yeah.
It's like they walk up to their wives or or they say, hey, guess who was in my office? Robin Quivers. Oh, yeah? Well, yeah, boy, we should see the stud on her. It's just like, it comes up.
The guy was on the phone for half an hour,
Of course.
After she left. He canceled it.
And at first he tried to be professional about it, not talk about the size of her breasts and all that stuff. But eventually he breaks down and starts talking about it to someone. I can't imagine seeing that kind of beauty and not describing it.
Please.
Oh, please, Robin, you've got some prize up there. I mean, don't kid yourself.
That's not what I was thinking about.
Did he have to check your breast for cancer?
Oh.
Did he?
That's part of a physical.
Oh.
He was like all over her.
Man.
Let me check you for cancer.
I've already been checked, thank you.
Yeah, but how do you know how do you know you don't need a second opinion?
You paid him or he paid you?
It sounds like he was roaming all over with his hands.
Gary told me he saw reports of your examination on Prodigy. They're already writing it up. It's legendary.
Unbelievable.
Dear Prodigy. Robin just came from her annual physical. Holy mackerel, Lenny.
Are those luscious?
More luscious. Lordy Lou.
Fla-fa-flunky.
All right, very good. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
I don't either.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I want to forget about it now.
Right. Can't imagine your loveliness displayed on that table.
It would have been great.
Not you, Robin. Gary.
Thank you.
It would have been great if he found something.
Yeah.
I don't mean I wanted to be
Thank you,
sick. No,
Jackie.
but I'm saying, and she had to graduate to the next level. 'Cause
Right.
I graduated 2 more levels, and they found out I was fine.
She got off easy. Yeah, you had a whole problem.
I went.
Jackie was
literally,
bleeding.
I went to the tube, and after the tube, they sent me in for the barium enema and the whole 9 yards. And then after that whole thing, the
We
guy
would have had a
said,
month's
"You're
worth of
fine."
material.
Oh my God.
No, I'm not going that far.
We would have had a pay-per-view special.
I wound up engaged to the guy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the worst.
I know.
And by the last one, there's a whole team.
Yeah, you're not
the
in there
doctor.
alone.
That's why people
nurses.
say to me, like, hey, Howard, how come you take such good care of yourself? You don't need anything, like, bad. I go, because I got to hedge all my bets. I just don't want to end up at the doctor. It's just not worth it. I wouldn't even mind that intrusion so much if at least I was a decent size. At least I wasn't laying there all upset about someone seeing me naked.
Can I just tell you something? Once that intrusion happens,
I'm telling you, I look like a baby down there.
It doesn't matter, though.
No matter what, if they're doing that exam on you, I don't care how what size you are. I'm sure we all.
No, it's all bad. It's bad, but I'm telling you, I'm like a baby down there. Imagine if you were like a baby.
You know what? Just let me see, and I'll tell you whether
No.
it's that embarrassing.
I don't need
or not.
you. No, it is. You would be laughing. You would be laughing so loud it's not even funny.
This is the woman who says size matters.
Yeah.
You're right.
No. I'm like a baby. You know what? I've seen babies. Like, just laying there after, like, they're like a year old and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're bigger than me.
Oh, stop
I'm not
it.
kidding.
That's not possible.
Yeah.
You fathered a couple of children. I don't think it's possible.
I'm telling you, well, I grow to enormous heights.
Look at the baby and say, "God, he's going to pass me when he's 4."
Yeah. I go, that's not fair. He's got potential. I don't. I think I've done all the growing I'm going to do. Lucky you're a girl, Robin. You don't have that problem.
Yeah, well, it's still humiliating.
Yeah. All right, let me take a break, Robin, and then we'll talk about some other stuff other than your physical examinations.
Fla-fa-fooey. Fla-fa-flunky. Fla-fa-fooey.
Fla-fa-fooey. Hey, just before I get to the Nambla tape, just to give you an idea of how Fla-fa-fooey has taken over the country, I got a fax. Did you read this?
No.
It says, Dear Howard, you have now really infiltrated every crack in society. I was recently serving on jury duty in U.S. federal court. Our case involved an alleged Nigerian drug smuggler named Michael Fla-fa-fooey. Surprisingly, most members of the jury were highly educated. However, when deliberating the verdict, some members had difficulty pronouncing the alleged drug smuggler's name until one member put it best by calling him Michael Fla-fa-fooey. I thought you would appreciate this information. So that even in the jury room,
they're using Fla-fa-fooey.
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 Michael Fla-fa-fla-fla.
Fooey. Fla-fa.
Fla-fa-fla-fla.
Fla-fa-fooey. Fee-fi-fo-fo. Fla-fa-fooey. Fo-flee-fo-fo. Fla-fa-fo-fo. Fooey.
Fee-fa-fi-fo-fo.
Pop-pop-pooey.
Pop-pop-poiny.
Fla-fa-fooey.
Fa-fa-fooey.
Fla-fa-flunky. Fa-flee-fooey.
Sto-sto-stai.
Fo-fooey.
Stai-sto-stui.
Retard.
Baba-booey-mobile. All right, very good. Yeah. Hey, Gary's on the cover of Time.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, stop it. I saw that cover.
Is that the brand new one?
Yeah.
Baba Booey's on the cover of the new Time magazine. You got to buy it.
Mama monkey.
Doesn't it say something like the first man?
No, how man began. Look, you're on the cover.
Can I tell you how bad? Can I tell you how bad you guys are?
Why?
What you've done to me?
What?
My wife and I went out grocery shopping the other night while we were waiting to pay.
Yeah.
My wife picks up the magazine and she says, "Look, you're on the cover of Time magazine."
Your own wife.
Your own wife.
Oh, no.
Baba Booey.
Slowly.
Fla-fa-fooey.
You wouldn't think you'd have to take it from her.
Oh, man. Foo-foo-foo-foo. You just got to go look at
Baba
Time
Booey.
magazine cover and know that it's Baba Booey.
Baba Booey.
Baba Bohai.
Baba Booey. Because he actually
Baba
did
Booey.
make the cover.
Baba Louie.
Baba Booey.
Wow. And then they have Gary crawling out of the ocean.
I would.
They actually recreated that.
Yeah, they actually have that famous painting.
Can I?
Go back one page. Oh.
Can I?
Look at this, Robin.
Oh, I can't see.
Oh, you got to take off the glasses. Look at this.
Gary on the run.
Can I at least be
You got to buy Time magazine, and the inside is how man began, and then it's a big picture of Gary naked.
Can I at least be Homo erectus?
He even has your haircut.
I don't have that beard.
Oh man, come on.
Slowly.
Look at the hair.
It's even graying like mine. Fla-fa-fooey.
Fla-fa-fooey.
He's running to an appearance.
He's at the custom car show.
Keep eating, Mortland. Keep eating. Jackie's getting close to his old density.
Oh yeah.
We're psyched.
All right, hey, let's get to the Nambla tapes. Never mind that. Never mind Baba Bo Nye. Baba Bo Leaf. We did a whole long obituary of Jack Spector, who used to work with us at NBC. He died while he was on the air yesterday.
Yeah.
We did about a half hour on it, which was a beautiful tribute, I thought. He was a really cool guy, though. You know, in his own way. Have you seen Baba Booey on the Ricky Lake Show? Did you get a tape of that yet?
No, nobody gave me a tape yesterday. I gotta get one.
All right. A lot of the listeners faxed me and commented on how fat Baba Booey has gotten. And it was true. I mean, if you want to get critical, I mean, he did have major double chins on the Ricky Lake Show. And there was a couple of wicked shots of Gary, like, laughing. And like Mr. Ed, the whole upper lip came up, and the huge gums. There were some wicked shots of Gary's gums.
So it's like the lips retract.
Yeah, the lip. Yeah, it's like, I can't explain it, but you have to think of Mr. Ed. Remember when he used to talk? And you see all the gums? I guess he doesn't have an attractive smile, you could say. You know when people say, you know who else has that problem? Jane Hansen on Channel 4. I don't mean to be cruel, but what happened to her?
I don't know.
Jane Hansen used to be really cute. Wasn't she the one? No, I guess she wasn't the one.
Yeah, she was the one.
Yeah, she had the kind of a wild
alimony suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time is cruel. Time is cruel. So cruel. Too cruel. Especially to women.
Oh, Howard, like you still look the same as you did at 20.
Might even look better.
You're hoping.
Might.
We were laughing yesterday. They're re-releasing the tapes of Francis the Talking Mule and the flyer with the big donkey with his teeth. And Billy's sitting there going, phooey.
Phooey. But Gary, you have to get this Ricky Lake Show because he laughs about 3 or 4 times and the giant gums.
Fla-fa-fooey. He shows his gums.
Yeah, I thank God.
His teeth are so big you shouldn't be able to see gums.
No, I'm telling you, it's a strange sight. You see everything, like a horse.
Did you get all the reports? The listeners were also calling in because they were counting the amount of times he
licked his teeth.
Oh.
Hey, take a guess. How many times? Now, Gary was on for one segment, all right, about a 6-minute segment. Guess how many times Gary wet down his choppers in...
6
Hey, maybe we could give a prize. Why don't we have the listeners guess?
All right.
All right, in 6 minutes of time. Now, I'm roughly 6 minutes, I would
know
say.
the answer to that.
Yes, I do.
Oh.
How many times Gary wet his teeth down with his massive tongue? Gary, do we have anything to give away for those people who guess the amount of times you licked your choppers?
I'm guessing 4 times a minute, which would make it about 24 times.
Oh, you say 24.
Yeah.
All right, there. That will be the standard by which to go by. Is she too high or is she too low? 24. 24 in 6 minutes.
Jesus.
Now, don't forget, these are massive choppers, and once they're wet down, I'm not going to give any
once
clues.
that mouth is open, they dry out fast.
Right. You see, I didn't want to say. I didn't want to give any clues.
The heat of the TV lights.
You know what it's almost like? It's almost like watching windshield wipers set on intermittent. You know when you set them on intermittent and every once in a while they're wet down? You don't know exactly when, but you know it's due.
One swipe.
Yeah, it's always it's a...
And he's good at it.
Oh, he does it fast.
Very fast.
I didn't even notice it that much until about the 3rd or 4th time in.
It's like a frog on a fly.
Yeah.
We should get the tape and overdub it.
Oh.
Yeah, like really make it loud. Come on, Fla-fa-fooey, what do we got to give away? Where is he?
Wetting his teeth.
Where's Fla-fa-fooey?
In the toilet.
Oh, he's in the toilet?
Yeah.
Is that where he is?
Says we don't have anything to give away.
Says we don't?
Yeah, maybe we could give Jackie a CD or something. Yeah.
He's doing his toilet?
Yeah, he's on the bowl. Yeah.
He's on the bowl. He's doing his toilet. Remember Underdog Lady used to say, Underdog does not do his toilet?
Oh.
He does not make his toilet? I guess Gary does make his toilet.
Quite frequently.
But Gary, I tell you so, every time I walk out in the hall, Gary's having like a little party out in the hallways and walking around. And now he's doing...
What you want him.
Yeah, now he's doing his toilet. Oh, I don't even want to think about him doing his toilet.
Oh.
No, you know what I keep thinking about is that...
It was so disgusting, thinking about him wiping his teeth and that.
Yeah, now.
Completely eroded.
Let's not.
There's much worse going on.
Let's not go here.
You think he wipes his teeth while he wipes elsewhere? Can you imagine the massive wiping going on all at once?
Let's bet how many wipes.
No, I'll pass on that.
No, but I was thinking about that cartoon that somebody drew yesterday with the teeth all coming out and the fumes.
Right. There's a lot going on in that cartoon and in real life. Okay, well, I guess I don't know. Jackie, can we give away one of your new CDs?
Sure, certainly.
All right, remember, this is X-rated, so you have to be over 18 to play this game.
2 tickets to Rascals tomorrow night?
All right, that's better. Yeah, that's better.
Both. Give them both.
Really?
Oh, a package.
A package.
Yeah.
Very
A
generous.
shirt.
All right, a shirt, CD, and 2 tickets to see Jackie at Rascals.
By the shore.
By the shore. Which is always nice, because if Jackie's not doing that, well, you just go out and sit by the shore. And mellow out.
Watch the wave.
Yeah, right. That's what we like about Jackie's performance at the shore.
At the shore.
Yeah.
I had watched it. I had counted about 15 times.
No. Not 15.
Too many?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A little high.
I love
Robin,
you people.
you're high. Love you, too.
I am high. Thank you.
You might have high.
He was seeing double, I guess.
Second prize will be 4 tickets, Robin, to Jackie's show. Hello, you're on the air.
Yes. I think it was 27 times.
No, you're
Way
high.
too high.
You're high. Even Robin was high.
What about 13?
Well, only
You
one
only
guess.
get one guess.
How many times do you think Gary swiped his teeth with his tongue? Hello? All right. Hello? Because someone didn't like the prize. Didn't think it was worth.
Yes, 14?
14 is a little high.
Oh, okay.
Hi, you're on the air.
I want to talk to Howard and guess on Gary's teeth.
Go ahead.
8.
8 is correct.
8 times in 6 minutes. Well, that's not bad.
Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it.
That was just a lucky guess?
Yeah, it's a lucky guess.
Yes, 8 swipes. 8 full swipes with the tongue.
8 disgusting swipes of Gary's tongue.
Right there on the Ricky Lake Show.
That's disgusting.
Well, here it is. You're going to have to go see Jackie's show.
Beautiful.
That's it. You have to go.
I'm going.
You won the tickets. You have to listen to his CD, and you have to wear his T-shirt.
Concert.
That's right, and wear his T-shirt.
Pride.
All right, hold on.
Thanks.
Nice job. And thank you, Jackie Jokeman Martling, who will
For
be
the
appearing
gift package.
for the gift package. Rascals by the Shore. When is that?
Ocean Township tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. Big show for St. Patty's Day.
That's right.
Wildest night of the year.
I won't see you Friday.
There you go.
Are we working on St. Patty's Day?
That's ridiculous. Well, tomorrow we are having Painting O'Green for any ladies who want to come down here.
Don't you want the day off?
No. For any ladies who come down here, remember, you will, as we do every year, you will get your breast painted green if you come down here for Painting O'Green.
I thought this was a religious holiday.
It is. For me, it is. Painting O'Green. Hey, Gary. Nice job.
Are you mad at me?
No, why am I mad?
Did I do something wrong?
No, you were in the can while we were trying to goof on you.
I was probably lucky not to be here.
I see you were reading the Inquirer while you were in there.
Yeah, something very funny picture to show you.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, well, did you wash your hands?
Geez.
Of course.
I'm so gross about him. Thinking about you going to the bed. Yeah, we were you just did it.
I know I
just
did
wet your choppers down. He just did it again.
The hardest thing is I was making my toilet and listening on the radio, and I just couldn't get in here quick enough to stop it.
Oh, boy. No, there was one time. Did you notice that you laughed?
There was more than one time.
A couple of times you laughed, and your teeth and gums and everything.
I agree. I do not have a pleasant smile.
You don't.
I totally agree.
You see every bit of his dental work.
Really?
In fact,
I never noticed that before.
When we were on Channel 9, if I knew the camera was on me, I would try not to laugh because I knew it was ugly.
Right. It wasn't that you didn't think things that were funny. It's just that.
And then you want to know how nutty I am?
Yeah.
You know, you get paranoid. Remember, there was a time when there was a shot of Robin, and you could see me right behind her?
Yes.
And then we moved the set?
Yeah.
I was convinced that you did that because of my obscene-looking smile. I really was.
No. It's your whole face we moved you. No, it was just distracting to see your head popping through Robin's head.
And then it was Jackie's.
Yeah, well, it was just ridiculous. It was a bad thought on my part. It was my fault. In my early days of television, I assumed it would be interesting to take a look at that. But you definitely have a mouth made for a bridle. No, but every once in a while you smiled on the Ricky Lake show.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I'm
not happy with the way that looks. I guess I would have to work if I did television regularly. I would have to work on fixing that.
And did you notice you wet your choppers down?
I did notice that a couple of times. I was hoping no one else did.
Only 8. It wasn't that bad, Robin. I know what you're saying. That sometimes you've seen as much as 24 in 6 minutes.
Yeah, because sometimes he gets real dry.
Yeah.
And I figured on television he'd be particularly anxious.
Right.
Maybe it was once every 50 seconds. That's not bad.
No, that's not bad at all, Robin. Based on your theory, it really should have been a lot worse. Were your teeth dry, particularly dry because you were on TV?
Well, you'd always get a little nervous.
What happens? Your teeth get very dry because they stick outside of your mouth?
No, it's not the teeth. It's the whole package gets dry.
Oh, everything.
Everything dry.
So what are you doing? You're wetting down your teeth and your gums?
I guess so.
I don't know what the move is. I see like you were just doing it now. You're just about to go into it.
Yeah, I know. Well, now I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, I know.
Like a horse wags his tail.
Why didn't you wear that spray machine we got you? The one that shoots water into your mouth as you talk.
Because it covers up my hairdo.
One of the best things we ever did on our old TV show was this guy sent in a spray machine that it was like a football helmet that had a big sprayer attached to it so that I had a button, and every time I saw Gary's mouth getting dry, I could wet down his teeth and gums.
Yeah, and it had a drip tray.
Yeah.
So that you could catch the water.
The drip tray was
drip tray.
Was me holding a coffee cup, remember?
Yeah. No. He attached a sack almost that caught some of the spittle.
He invented a new machine for New Year's Eve, too, but we didn't have an opportunity to use it.
Oh, you're kidding.
Remember I showed you the videotape?
No.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, yeah, what was that?
Watched it.
I think it was a teeth cleaner.
Yeah, that was great. Well, we'll use that the next time.
It had a lot of toothbrushes and baking soda, peroxide, a funnel to spit in.
So Gary wouldn't have to, when he did his tooth routine at night,
yes,
it would all be under one helmet.
Gary's lab.
Gary, you want a sugar cube or a carrot or some oats? No.
You didn't bring an apple today?
It was funny, though, watching you wet down your teeth. I got to go back and watch it again.
Well, I have the tape with me.
Oh, do you?
I
Good.
brought it in for Robin.
Oh, good. I really want to see that.
Maybe we can all watch it together. And maybe too bad you can't bring it. Too bad we don't have a TV in here. We can watch it together and we'll wait, and count how many times to make sure that we counted the right amount of time.
What's the point? Right. It's so visual. It doesn't really work on radio.
I guess.
Oh, sure.
All right. Nice what picture do you want to show me in the Inquirer?
The world's smallest cheerleader.
Let's see.
Oh, no.
Can we get her on the show?
Oh, you got to see this.
The world's smallest cheerleader. Spunky Allison Queel.
How big is she?
Oh, she's a midget. She's actually a dwarf.
Is she pretty?
Oh, yeah.
Smaller than her name.
Look at that. 17-year-old Dynamo. Also the editor of a high school yearbook. And here she is. She's in her cheerleading outfit. Here she is, Jackie. I always like to watch Jackie.
No. Don't kill it to him. Let's flip.
Who cut off her legs?
Oh, no.
I know he loves midgets. He loves them.
It's like God made them for him.
Yeah. Just for his amusement.
Oh,
that's her life, you dick.
Oh, man.
I went to Atlantic City once and lost like $2,500. I was so depressed, and I walked around the slot machine, and there was a woman there not as high as my knee.
Yeah.
And I was so entertained, I said, Nancy, it was worth the trip.
All right, I got to take a break. Let's see. No, Robin won't laugh. Robin's very sympathetic.
That's
I'm not so sure about that.
Oh, dear.
Pony. Oh, you pony.
Oh, that's terrible.
It is. It's nothing funny.
She'll be ripping her apart during the commercials.
All right, very good. Let me take a break, and then I have a bunch of things to get to. Also want to take some phone calls. Remember Painting Go Green tomorrow, Robin.
Are the girls going to come?
The girls will be. Already 2 girls have signed up to have their breasts painted green,
right?
but there's plenty of room for more.
If women want to come, they can either just show up at 600 Madison Avenue tomorrow morning,
right?
Or they can call 212-750-0550 to schedule an appointment.
Right. So we can schedule you in.
You don't want to miss it. I mean, if you just show up, there's no guarantee.
It's a tradition around
You'll
here.
be painted.
There's almost a guarantee if you show up, you'll get in.
Tomorrow's Eringo Braless.
Do you remember the one year that...
the woman with AIDS came down and had to paint her?
Actually, I just got this confused with Take Your Top Off for a Turkey Day.
Oh, yeah.
There was a very heavy woman.
Yeah. Hey, listen, not that I'm saying all women can come down, but do you have to be heavy set?
Topless.
Like maybe you ought to keep your top on if you're that heavy.
I just remember one girl came in and she said, "My girlfriend's parking the car. Wait." And we were like dying to get off the air, and we waited. We were so excited.
Yeah, and we wanted to get, it was already like 12 o'clock, and we just said, okay, we'll wait.
And she busted in the door, and we're like, oh, we got to go.
Yeah, too late. You were late. I'm painting you.
Well, now you're discriminating.
Yeah. Well, no, we're not we'll paint anyone, but try to screen yourself before you come down here. We can't screen for you. Take a good hard look in the mirror.
You just said you're painting breasts.
Yeah.
And a breast is a breast.
Yeah. Yeah. Female breast.
Positioning is everything, Robin.
Right. Now, I'll paint whatever comes through the door, but I would really prefer you screen yourself. You got a weird move in the bathroom. Can I just say it?
What's that?
No, don't put down or anything.
Oh, I think I know what it is.
Yeah, it's really weird.
You don't like me handing you your paper towel?
No. Well, listen to this. I went into the bathroom during the last commercial break to urinate.
Yeah.
I go to the urinal, I do my thing. Fla-fa-fooey comes in, and he does his. Of course, Tom Chiusano's in there because he's always in there during every break. Yeah. Yeah, he's in there every damn break. The guy, this is his thing. He has to drink 8 glasses of water during the morning hours. So he's in every break.
Well, what else is he going to do while we're on the air? He's going to drink his water.
Yeah, that's what he does. We work, and he drinks water. So I'm in there, and I get done, and Gary's washing his hands. I'm washing my hands. I finish washing my hands. I go to grab a paper towel. Gary puts his hand on the paper. He gets paper towels for me and hands them to me.
I'm like the guy in the bathroom.
Yeah, but
he
just finished going to the bathroom.
Oh,
I just finished washing my hands.
No, he washed his hands, but who cares? I don't want him. Why does he have to hand it to me?
He's still wet. Huh?
I'm just trying to be nice to you.
No, don't. Please don't.
Stop.
It's really disgusting.
Stop it right now.
Yeah, Wolf. Yeah, I just peed and handled myself, and now I'm going to handle your paper towel.
I washed my hands with soapy water, but I'm still wrong.
Yeah, I don't know how good you washed your hands. You were done pretty quick.
Do you just take them?
Well, I took it not thinking. All of a sudden, I wipe my hand. I go, wait a second. I should wash my hands again. I just had a wet rag from Gary, who just peed.
Oh.
Why don't you come in the stall and wipe me?
That's an impulse you should resist.
Whatever you need.
Gary, seriously, nobody wants to touch you.
I'm just trying to help you.
I just want to get my own paper towel.
Sorry. I am sorry.
All right. No big deal. Stay away from me.
Why would you do that?
Because I was thinking, Robin, for once, trying to make Boss's life that much.
No, you weren't.
I was trying to take one action.
Hey, anyway, let's stop the conversation because we got a lot of news to get to and things. Oh, yeah, I was in the middle of that story, wasn't I? Mm-hmm. But the girls who want to come in naked.
Yes.
I'll tell you the rest tomorrow. We'll come back and do the news.
All right. So we'll never know what happened to the news.
All right, I'll tell you when we come back, right after these words. You sound real charming.
Oh, thank you.
Doesn't she? How old are you?
26.
Nice. 26. Hey, now.
And what do you do overnight?
It is a pleasure to speak to you on the telephone.
It's a pleasure to speak to you.
Oh, I appreciate that.
You a white woman?
Yes, I am.
Mm-hmm.
Is she on the air?
Yeah, she's the overnight lady.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I'm sporting Wood.
Oh, stop it, Woody.
I bet you're good looking.
Would ye?
Oh.
Are you?
I've told that before.
Are you good looking?
I think so.
I bet you are, because usually they...
Southern Belle, huh?
Yeah, they hire like the overnight chick. She's hot. She goes out to do promotions. Are you the girl who goes out and does promotions and stuff?
Do some.
Yeah, I bet.
I think she's darn cute.
You think she does them in... Do you do them in short shorts and stuff?
No.
You wear sexy outfits when you go out?
Yeah, they'll let me.
I'd like to meet you.
Well, come to Charlotte.
Well, I don't know. I'm not that desperate.
You don't want to meet her that much.
I don't want to meet you that much. Yeah, I would like to meet you.
The only place he goes to is Scores.
Yeah. Come to Scores with us.
Okay.
You can dance for me.
All right.
Who do you look like? Anybody famous?
I don't think so.
All right.
Not that I can think of right offhand anyway.
How tall are you?
5'4".
How many teeth you got?
How many teeth? I have all my teeth.
All right.
Good. You're real good.
I never had a girl with all her teeth. All right, thank you. Very nice. That's Melia.
Malia.
Malia.
What a novelty.
That's like a black woman's name, Malia.
No, it's not. It's Hawaiian.
Is it really? Oh, you're Hawaiian?
Hawaiian?
No, I'm not.
No.
It's just something my mother thought was pretty.
I bet you are pretty.
What does Malia mean?
It means Mary.
Mary?
Yeah, it's Hawaiian for Mary.
I would like to give you a lay when I see you. All right, thank you.
How does Malia mean Mary?
Because it's Hawaiian.
Oh, boy.
I didn't know Hawaiian was another language.
Yes, they do have a language there, you know.
What do they say in Hawaii? Ahoha.
Aloha.
Whatever.
Licky mucka, you know that.
No, Melika Hai, Mekalani Hai, Mekavaini Ho.
That's another one.
All right, thank you. Well, hey, that was good. That we learned we're off the air and we're not thrown off the air. That's nice.
Yeah, for a change, it doesn't mean we're staying off.
No, that sounds good.
New from Regan Books, Woody Allen, Philosopher. Hear Woody's thoughts on Johnny Versace.
What a tragedy. What a tragedy. He was taken too quickly. He never got to experience an underage female slopehead. I wonder if it's the same with Oriental boys.
John Benet Ramsey.
What's the point of hurting a young girl? Wouldn't a Polaroid and edible undies have been a better way?
Hideki Arabu.
It's about time that a chink ended up in baseball. Finally, racism is truly over. I wonder if that fat Buddha has a little sister.
It's the book you've been waiting for. Woody Allen, Philosopher, in bookstores now.
Once you pick it up, it will be harder to put down than your Oriental stepdaughter.
The Lord is a God of mercy.
I like that.
Stern is living proof that the Lord is a God of mercy. For Howard Stern is a professional blasphemer, but yet Howard Stern is alive and well because the Lord is a God of mercy. But it's because of God's mercy the Lord is giving sinners like Howard Stern a chance to repent. Repent! Turn to Jesus! There is a burning hell.
There is a burning hell.
Well, we learned that yesterday. A woman called us and said her husband had been there.
Yeah, I've been there. Hey. So, anyway, yesterday Gary admitted, Gary said that he had been molested. It sounded like he molested an older guy.
Oh, Howard.
To me. Between him and me.
I did say come over here.
Howard, I was the victim.
Well, I don't know. It sounds like to me he didn't do anything to you. He got pleasure from you. Sounds
Well,
like
you
you
had to give him treats.
All I know is Gary put his hand in the guy's pants and molested him. I was thinking about that.
I'm going to tell you exactly. Now I'm going to defend myself on this.
Yeah.
I am the world's stupidest 36-year-old,
right?
But the world's most savvy 6-year-old. As a 6-year-old, I was bright enough to know what to do.
Right.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah. You're lucky you weren't sued for what you did to that guy.
As the statute of limitations run out, that guy could come forward now.
First of all, I think you were older than 6. I've been thinking about that.
I wasn't.
Why did you say that?
What's your theory?
Oh.
Yeah, why would you say that?
Just because sometimes, like, guys always make the age younger.
No, I mean, I was pretty upfront with you about everything. I mean,
no, I would say you were about 10 or 11.
No, I wasn't that old. I really wasn't.
Why would he make it up?
I don't know. It's embarrassing. So, it's embarrassing.
Younger?
Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
No, it's embarrassing to be older.
No, but Howard, I'd be very honest with you. I was right up front about everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't have to offer you up the story. It was my decision to
I bet he was already shaving.
I can't believe he's in here defending himself like you really mean this stuff.
But he does.
No, I do mean it. I absolutely mean it. I absolutely mean it. I don't know what you're thinking.
I swear on the life of my son that I was not 10 or 11, that I was 6.
Okay, that I'll accept.
I really do.
All right, that'll accept. Baba Booey. No, it's just that you repressed a lot of this and...
I didn't repress it. I just never told anybody about it.
You know what? Maybe we need to hypnotize
That's repressed. That's repressed accepted.
Maybe we need to hypnotize him like we did Ralph to get the whole story.
Sounds like we got the whole story.
Yeah, I mean, you can hypnotize me. There's really nothing else to tell.
Right. I don't know if you're hypnotizable.
I don't think I am.
Yeah. I think you're much too smart.
Exactly.
So, at 6 you had teeth, right?
Yes.
Is that when your teeth started to go afoul?
No.
No. All right. Well, anyway, so Gary very boldly admitted yesterday that he had been the victim of molestation.
Baba Booey.
Although I thought that somebody had done something to him when he said he was molested, but it turns
That's what
out...
happens when you...
No, what it turns out happened... I can't get a word out this morning. What turned out is that he put his hand in some older guy's pants and messed around with him. A couple of times, 4 or 5 times.
A summer.
Yeah.
Summer love.
It was summer love. Summer of love. The summer of love.
It was the 60s.
It was the 60s, wasn't it?
That is true.
Yeah. And there it was. So you admitted that. And there were a lot of jokes and teasing going on.
And it's not going to stop now.
Right. And then, as you noticed, Jackie hooked up the Gary puppet so his hand could move.
This is another great Jackie story. Jackie comes up with that. He walks over to the puppet yesterday, makes the hand start moving.
Yeah.
So they put a wire up to it. Jackie goes, that wasn't my idea.
Yeah.
Who's working the wire?
Oh, that's funny.
Jackie, of course. Now Jackie's a puppeteer. Ah, it's so funny. That's great. You're not working the wire, Jack?
No.
Oh, who really? Who is working that?
Fred.
Oh, Fred's working it. Fred's a good puppeteer. You got to see this thing on the E! Show.
The Vincent people have nothing on Fred.
Yeah.
I don't think that's right.
It looks so realistic.
I don't think it's right. I think there should be a puppet next to it, and they should be working on a puppet next to it.
Yeah, maybe the Jackie puppet.
A 17-year-old puppet next to the...
Why don't we put a puppet next to the Gary puppet?
Oh, God.
And let him work on... But Gary work on him.
Sit here, little boy.
Unbelievable.
God, I wish we had some guests today.
Yeah. It's going to be a long... It's going to be a long morning. Yeah.
What's great is every time Gary talks, Fred's going to start off.
I know. Bobo, you're on the air.
Yeah, Bobo. Listen, I was wondering if Baba Booey's family called him yesterday after yesterday's revelation he was molested.
I spoke to my mom.
Yeah.
She was, she's upset.
Okay, I got 2 puppets. I got a black puppet.
That's Lester.
I got a black puppet and the Jackie puppet.
Which would you prefer?
Well, what do you mean?
The Jackie
prefer?
puppet.
Gary's got 2 hands.
I think the Jackie puppet won't ring true.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that certainly doesn't look like a 16-year-old.
No, that looks like a 50-year-old.
Yeah, the black puppet, though, from the 70s looks like a 16-year-old.
Yeah. I would put the black puppet next to Jackie, and then next to Gary puppet, and let, go ahead, Gorilla, pay attention to what I'm saying. Take the black puppet, put it next to the Gary puppet.
How will I do that?
And let him work.
Put him in my arms, Grill. There you go.
Yeah.
Move that thing and...
No, now he's not going to be able to move his arm.
Yes. You mess up the work.
No blade to hang you.
He can't figure it out. He's stupider than everyone. There you go. See? Robin?
There you go. It's working.
Yeah. There you go, Gorilla.
Ooh, that feels good.
Hey, just stand behind it the whole show and hold it.
Yeah. There you go. It's bouncing, man.
It's working.
The Gary puppet is giving the black puppet hand manipulations. Holy mackerel.
Boy, you good.
You good, boy. Where you learn to do that?
You're like a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
Let me see if I have a treat for you.
Treats. Wolf, he's so big.
Where's my chocolate?
Where's my chocolate?
This isn't wrong.
Well, there you go. There's the Gary puppet helping out the black puppet with his hand. Well, there you go.
So I spoke to my mom last night.
And what'd she say?
She's upset.
She is upset.
Yeah, she's upset because, she feels, she was feeling a certain responsibility, but I was telling her.
Mellow out.
Well, there was nothing that could have been done. And somebody that was really trusted, you could never in a million years imagine that was going on.
Yeah, right. And you know what? You turned out okay.
Gary didn't tell, son.
Yeah, but you know what? It does make sense. That explains your weight gain.
Yeah, how come I wasn't fat until about 6 years ago?
No, it explains how you use food and the chocolate and what it means to you, and it's a treat and it's important to you. No, I'm being serious. It has a lot to do with it, I think.
You know that because you've studied psychology.
No, I mean, it's the same thing. Like Robin told a story yesterday how she had never pleasured a man, and in Robin bravado, she said, "Well, I never pleasured a man with my mouth because I have only considered my own pleasure, not another man." But Robin was molested,
right?
Sure. And Robin, has hang-ups about the male genitalia.
No, I don't think it was a hang-up. It was simply a matter of over-defensiveness.
Right.
So you say, well, I'll just have my own pleasure. Nobody will get anything on me.
Yeah, but what the underlying thing is, in my opinion, I'm not a psychiatrist, but I would say that Robin had some issues with penis to work out.
No, I never saw a penis. I never had a penis.
But if she had real
yes, you did. You had boyfriends.
But I'm saying in my childhood, no penis was involved.
Your father had one.
I didn't know it.
Yeah, you knew it. You knew it as you got older. And your image of men was...
You are hysterical.
Okay, whatever. What do you think? Oh, you think you never gave oral sex because, what, you were only interested in your own pleasure?
I would only do whatever, and if that was required for my own pleasure, then I would do something, but it never was ever...
Did you like it?
No, I didn't care. I was just doing it to get whatever I wanted.
That's what you think.
I know.
No, what you were doing...
Why would I do it now? What removed the hang-up?
You've gotten healthier.
Oh, you're so
in love.
No, you're...
And you're in love. You want to please the man.
Every day I'm still sick.
No, you are.
Better.
You're better than what you were.
Well,
make up your mind,
You're not 100% better, but you're on your road to recovery. You know.
A journey of 1,000 miles starts at one step.
Right. Either that or all those years you were being faithful to your father. You didn't want to cheat on him. You didn't want to cheat on your daddy.
Why was I doing everything else?
I don't know. You're like that screwed up virgin we had in here. I don't know.
You are a wacko.
Well, whatever. I'm telling you.
We're going to listen to him. This is the guy who has to count before he can get out his door.
Right. So Robin had
That's not funny.
It is funny. Oh, okay. That's fine. I'm not,
I don't say no.
I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm telling you, Robin's issue with male penis.
Oh.
She had a lot of hang-ups. I mean, the woman was molested as a child by her own father.
Well, I mean, it's certainly...
How come I could kiss men?
Well, because that's not the issue. The issue is the intimacy with men is just really screwed up.
Oh,
when you've been molested by... Oh, okay.
You know what?
I'm wrong. I'm stupid.
I would love
Yeah.
you... You know what? You know nothing about psychology.
That's right. Robin was molested by her father, and she doesn't think she has any issues with penis.
No, he didn't. Why would it be...
It doesn't have to be directly that he used his penis on you.
Why not?
Why not? Because the man molested you. That's the whole issue with men.
Issues with men.
Of course.
Well, I can understand an issue with men, but...
And men have a penis.
So what?
And that's your issue.
But I would let them do other things with their penis.
Don't get defensive.
I just don't understand, Doctor.
You didn't want that level of intimacy, for whatever reason.
What's so intimate about it?
That's of course it's true. But you can't see it. You're too screwed up.
You're talking to Jack.
And the same with Gary.
So Howard, do you think I should...
But Howard has no hang-ups.
Well, he's got tons of them.
I'm just talking about what you revealed yesterday. That's all. I'm not saying I don't have hang-ups. I have a million of them. Don't get all uptight.
Hey, whatever happened with you? Because
you're all better now. Relax.
Yeah. Whatever happened to you? Weren't you thinking about hitting the couch for a while, the shrink's couch?
Yeah.
And what happened?
I haven't gone.
Because do you think I should just suppress it?
I want to go. You want to know why I haven't gone?
Why?
I'll tell you the truth, because I'm so goddamn lazy. I can't stand the traffic.
Don't you think that's a can of worms you don't want to open?
Listen to that lame excuse, the traffic.
No, I don't want to stay in the city past 2, 3 o'clock.
But
yes,
you do it for other things that are important to you.
Right.
Like running.
Yeah. I'll do that, but I can only stay till like 12 o'clock or 12:30. The traffic gets so bad, so I'm like tired.
So wait a second. There's no shrinks out by where you live?
Yeah, but I don't want to go. I want to go to the one that this guy recommended to me.
You're so popular, you should be able to have a shrink that can come to you.
You know he would.
That's not a bad idea.
What? He's bull-effing us.
So now you're gonna do what I just did to you to me.
I can't believe. Well, if you're gonna do it, I'm gonna do it.
I really want to go.
Yeah, right.
I do. I really want to go. I'm curious to go.
You really want to do. You do.
Right. I really do want to go.
Well, that's my question. Should I go back to the way I was living and just block this out of my mind, or do you think I should go see a shrink and deal with these issues?
No,
I think I want to open up that can of worms.
Well, yes. So why bother then? If you don't want to, don't. It's no big deal. I mean, shrinks don't work for everyone. Most shrinks just suck.
You don't have anything on it, but it would be a can of worms.
He doesn't want to deal. He doesn't want to confront it.
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't been bothering me, except
it
for
must be bothering you if it's a can of worms. You don't want to open it.
Well, I actually opened it. I mean, I don't think it's anything.
Well, you know what it is? I think
when I say a can of worms,
you don't want to make more out of it than it is.
I think that I'll go sit on a shrink's couch, and then they'll start telling me
you
all the
wouldn't
stuff.
have a question in your mind if there wasn't something to explore.
But, dude, here's the deal. All right? So you had...
I could buy a house with what you spent on shrinks, Robin.
No,
dude. 2 houses. Dude, here's the deal. All right? You're married. You got kids.
Right.
You're reasonably happy, I think.
I am.
I mean, unless you're not telling me some deep, dark secret.
Just till I get here or something.
Right. And you got chocolate. You're a little overweight. You're not
I'm
obese.
Not obese.
You're right. You're not obese. So if nothing's really bothering you, why go to a shrink?
That's where I stand.
I say I should be a shrink because everything bothers me. Air bothers me.
If you go to a shrink, what if you get cured, the show would be over?
So who cares? I'd rather be happy than have a show.
Why do you say that the show would be over?
Because a lot of the best parts of the show are based on Howard's angst and his anger.
You can't get rid of that. If there was a shrink that could get rid of that, I'll give him the Nobel Prize.
But it's not even the point. You still can use it, even though you've explored it. Look at Woody Allen.
I wonder if Chris Farley ever used his hand on a guy. Yeah, look at Woody Allen's a prime example. The guy goes to a shrink every day.
Yeah, does nothing.
Yeah, does nothing. He hasn't even made a dent. Although Mia Farrow says, hey, man, if Woody didn't go every day, he'd be like a serial killer.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, the best story in Mia Farrow's book was that when Woody would have a screening, he would have a special screening of his movies just for his shrinks. Yeah. And they said that was a full theater. Yeah. Like shrinks and friends and family and stuff.
Yeah. That's how they made money with those films.
All the shrinks paid.
All the shrinks paid.
That's a lot of shrinks, man.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen, he's got a lot of money to spend.
A lot of problems there. Have you seen those movies?
Yeah. And look at him. He's a mishkite. He's a pig. He's got tons of problems. He makes this room look healthy.
And handsome.
And handsome. And good looking. That's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, so big deal. So you got a little. So you put your hand in some guy's pants for a couple of times. No big deal.
A couple of afternoons.
Yeah. No, seriously, Robbins is 10 times worse. Your daddy.
Oh God.
Starts molesting you.
Well, certainly,
if your dad,
it's certainly one of the most important figures in your life.
Right. Of course. At 11 years old, forget about it. 11, right, Robin?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, forget it. That's a whole different thing. That you better goddamn well go see a couple of shrinks. You know what I mean?
You gotta have a Woody Allen movie theater full of shrinks.
Yeah, there's no way you don't have issues after something like that happens. And whether I'm right or this one's right or that one's right, there's got to be issues around that, right, Robin?
Sure.
Right. So
I just don't appreciate being analyzed by you at this time of the morning.
I know it's hard to take, but trust me, I'm right.
I don't care if you're right. I'm going to fight anyway.
Dad.
Oh, here's your dad.
30 years ago, I recorded one of many great nights with my young, sweet Robin. So here, we all find out why I have ham hands, why she likes iconics, and why she likes it bent over in the third input. All right, wait. Robin.
All right, I had enough of this. Believe me, that laugh of yours is 150% pain, and the rest is happiness.
150% pain. There's only 100% of anything.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. No, but if I could smack your father around, I would.
It doesn't. It really doesn't.
Really?
Hurt. No.
Hurts me. Okay.
I do say that.
I'm sorry for you, Howard.
Right. I have a lot of issues with it. What?
We always think that Robin's a little nutty and stuff, but when you really sit down and think of the reality of what happened to her, she's very normal.
Right.
I'm nutty.
See, you're normal.
No, I mean that's a pretty heavy reality.
She's normal for someone who was raised by wolves.
But why does he say I'm nutty?
Well, I can't imagine why he says that.
What does he know?
Really?
And the reason, I mean, this is just my theory, don't get upset. The reason that Robin always liked the third input sex
Oh, sir, I
is because
twice
she didn't
in my
have.
life. It wasn't like I loved it.
She didn't have to see the guy having pleasure.
You're so ridiculous.
She was behind her.
He's unlocking secrets.
So ridiculous.
All the secrets were behind her.
2 times. It wasn't in love with it.
Wow.
Was it
By yourself, I don't have to look.
Let's not open Jackie's.
Right.
Oh, there's a whole
can of worms. The alcoholic who drinks to forget.
Got a problem with everything.
Right.
Life itself.
I've been wrong.
Point your asses off.
I've been wrong. I've been wrong by society.
Go ahead and point your asses off.
Yeah.
I thought you were cured till John's wedding.
Talking to Robin or me?
You.
Cured? I like you.
You get better.
I got to take a break. All right, so Gary had his molestation. Robin had an excellent sodomy story. Would you call that sodomy, oral sex?
Well, that's what the police call it.
They call it sodomy.
Arrest you for it, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people, it's funny, I walk around sometimes, people call me, they talk to me, and they comment on the show, and I always like to see what they're commenting on. A lot of people commented on that woman who called up with the lesbian story, said it was very erotic. And I expected everyone to talk about Gary's molestation, but yet more people were fascinated that you had never performed oral sex.
I mean, I couldn't believe the reaction because I told another friend of mine about it last night, and, I just very nonchalantly said I had never done it before.
Right.
And she went, hold it!
Yeah. Wait.
It's like a big stop sign.
Yeah, everyone was, analyzing and carrying on.
Analyzing. Why does everything have to be analyzed?
I don't know.
It's just what is.
Hey, listen, you're very pure.
It's the reason why you analyze everything that's not about you.
I don't analyze me.
Robin's
That's the whole show.
No, Robin doesn't analyze anybody.
That's called the news, Rob. When you do the news, you analyze everybody.
All right, listen, I got to take a break, yeah.
What it is that it's the whole priority thing. I mean, there's girls that haven't done that, but girls that haven't done that certainly haven't done third input.
Right. There you go.
Well, they have an agenda. They don't do that because they're going to be virgins when they get married or something.
Well, listen.
But that's why I always say, why would you not have intercourse, but you'd have that?
Well, some women do find that an unattractive thing to do. They just don't have any interest in it.
Mm-hmm.
And they do. I mean, they just
no
don't.
No issue, Howard?
I don't know. It could be an issue. It could not. I mean, I don't really know. I mean, I'm just saying that with you.
No, with me.
With you, I know everything. I'm an expert on you.
Don't you love it?
Plus, it irritates you when I analyze you.
Yes,
so I like to see that.
I wish I could get to you.
Yeah. Well, that's why you're behind glass. So the thing is, or I'm behind glass. I'm not sure which. So the thing is that a lot of women do not like to perform oral sex. Or like the thought of it.
You know what? The three of us, I was out with two other women last night, and the question was, do you get turned on when you're doing that?
Right, and you don't.
No, I did.
Oh, you did get turned on. Well, because maybe she needed someone she really loved to do that to. But I'm telling you, there are some women I know.
Well, I was surprised that the answers around the table were generally not.
I know a woman.
People don't enjoy it.
You know what the problem is?
I know a woman who loves to.
After 10 or 20 years, you'll hate it too.
I know a woman who loves to even be in a subservient position when she performs it, and even has so much pleasure from doing it. I mean, this is a rare find. So much pleasure from doing it. She doesn't even want to have intercourse with a guy. She just wants to perform that act on guys, and that's how she gets off on it. It's just like she gets off on that. And in a way, that's kind of bizarre. She doesn't even want her own.
What that's about.
Yeah.
But Howard, there's a whole weird thing, because even when I was dating and stuff, there are women who will do that to just put off having to have sex with you. They'll be like, well, I don't like you enough to have sex with you, so let me do this for you.
Yeah.
And that's sort of weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
Because I think that's much more personal than actual sex.
But everybody's got their own thing going on with that whole thing. Now, personally, I think of a poor woman doing that, and I go, oh, my God.
Poor woman.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for the woman sitting there doing that.
And in your mind, then, you're thinking, like, when somebody's doing that to you, that they are subservient because they're poor women.
What's your problem? That you think of the poor woman?
I've got hang-ups, man. I told you I need a shrink. Like last night, I walked into my wife, and I said, I'm going to lay down on this bed naked. And I need something.
I won't look because it's too awful.
So actually what I did was I walked into the room yesterday. I needed sex really bad yesterday. I was very worked up. And because I hadn't had sex in like 2 weeks. So I walked in the room. I had just taken a shower. I took off my towel and I was completely nude, Robin, if you can envision that.
No, I won't.
So you have issues. I was completely nude and I stood there like a god before my wife.
Yes.
Nude. All right. And she said, I only have 20 minutes. Which she did. She had an appointment. I said, this won't take long. And then, she was sitting there, and I just forced myself upon her. And then she smiled and told me to F off, and that was the end of it. No, she serviced me a little bit, but I don't get off enough on that. I need actual intercourse. You know? Unless it was somebody who was really skilled at it.
Which is a rare find.
That is true. Yeah, my wife isn't that skilled. And I brought you up. I said, what Robin did is a wonderful thing. She went and studied porno tapes. She goes, what do you think I do? I've studied porno tapes. I said, I know, but
you might need a refresher course.
You might need to study more porno tapes. Maybe you got the wrong tape. What was the tape you watched?
I don't even know the name of it.
Can you find out?
Oh, sure. It's in the drawer at home.
Okay.
People were calling me and saying, can I have a copy of it?
Didn't you say that on the cover? It said that there was over a certain number of those things on it?
Like 150.
There was a fellatio tape. It was a fellatio tape.
Over 150, Ron.
150 fellatios. Different technique.
Oh, yeah, there were all kinds.
I wonder if the people who made that film knew that they were making a training film.
Well, they do have this person who comes on at the beginning.
Yeah.
Who's like in a suit, a business suit.
Like a doctor.
Says something, like that,
Oh, I see.
That these films, these are, this is an interesting examination of techniques, and these films were all made before the age of AIDS. So you will notice that people are not wearing protection, but we do not advise you to do this.
Oh, it's like an instructional thing. Yeah, some porno films in the 60s used to be like that.
They slap that on, and then they go for it.
Porno films in the 60s used to even disguise themselves as like medical films, and then they'd be porno.
And I mean, because, you hear the bad music, the stupid scenarios with the cheesy furniture in the room.
After you watched that film, and this is like, since you performed Felicia for the first time last week.
I didn't say that was last week.
Well, whatever, a couple of days ago. Whatever it was.
A couple of days.
Did you have to have bad music on in the background? Because you become so hypnotized?
I know, something was missing.
Yeah. Just bad porno music. I got to take a break, okay? When we come back, I'll get to all the people on the phone. I got a ton of stuff to get to. We got to play that homeless game because I want to give away the tickets to Miami. And, I don't know, more questions about your molestation, Gary, whatever. Robin, are you anxious to do it again, your oral sex?
Well, I have to say.
Yeah, you've been thinking about it.
The other day I was in a movie theater.
Right. Now you're obsessed with it. Yeah.
And I was watching. There was this guy on camera, and he was very cute, and he got naked.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, instead of fantasizing about having regular sex with that person...
You were thinking about doing that?
Yeah.
Wow. What film is it?
Yeah. What film is it? Yeah. Go get that, too.
You're like Pee Wee Quivers now. You're in the movie theater ready to do yourself. What movie were you watching?
It was called...
Naked Guys.
Moonlight in a Box? Or
Moonlight.
Moonlight in a Box.
Moonlight in a Box. Yeah. Well, you see them all, I'll tell you that. Hey, and by the way, when we get back, I got to just take a quick break, but Raz... What is he, the overnight DJ here?
He does a little bit of everything. He's like the replacement guy.
Yeah, Raz is a DJ here. Raz, you going to tell us your molestation story?
Yeah, after hearing all this, I don't even know if I was molested anymore.
Well, we will examine it.
Yeah, we'll tell you if you were, if you weren't. All right, hold on. We'll be back right after these words.
Research by Arvelia Nelson indicates that...
I can't wait to start driving up to Albany. And if anyone wants to follow us caravan style, where are we leaving from? Right here?
We'll be leaving from K-Rock. We'll be announcing the time early next week.
Right. So you can, if you're planning on going to the convention.
So should we come with bags packed Friday?
Yes. That would be a real good idea.
Okay. Nice people are telling me this.
No, Robin, this is the first. You've got to be putting me on when you say something like that. You just got to. If we're leaving after the show Friday, I figure you're very intelligent. I know you can figure out to bring a bag. No, I'm going to go home first and then bring a bag.
Is that right?
Yeah. So we'll leave here Friday. Pack a bag. Okay? Jackie and Fred pack a bag.
Thank you. You didn't tell me that.
You're right, I didn't. I didn't even tell me that. Somehow I just figured it. Anyway, what are you going to be packing in your bag, Robin? Pack a toothbrush.
You think?
I know. All right, so anyway, Robin.
Yeah.
We will pack a bag, we'll get on the bus, and we will go up to Albany.
How much luggage can we take?
All right.
One bag per person.
One bag per person, although you are my queen, so you can take two.
You're the only. You're probably going to be the only woman on the bus, depending on what we do, so you can have two.
Oh,
yeah,
thank you.
and also Gary can have two because he has to bring all his toothbrush and his teeth apparel.
My water pick.
His water pick, his powders.
Peroxide.
His
steamer truck.
His laboratory.
His laboratory. Tell everybody what you carry. You know, whenever we take a road trip, Gary carries. Stuttering John was in Gary's room when he was unpacking one time. Gary carries a whole separate bag of tooth stuff.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't unpacking. I had the whole counter. There was no space for anything else. It's a water pick.
It was like Frankenstein's lab.
It's a water pick, bottle of peroxide,
right,
some baking soda. I have a little shot glass, a little Metz shot glass that I mix the...
You have your electric toothbrush?
No, I don't have an electric.
That's like his beaker.
What's the massage brush?
I don't have a massage brush.
Yes, you do.
No, he has one of those things. There's something you have. It's some
water
kind of
pick?
implement.
It's a water pick.
Oh, is that what that is? And what is the one that massages? Did you have a massager?
No.
Oh, I thought you had something that you did some.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
This has to be videotaped.
And you have your flossing materials?
Of course, yeah.
And your those little wooden dento things?
I just went to the Price Club and I got 1,000 yards of floss so that I never run out.
Good for you. I'll tell you something. It looks like 3 Mile Island in his bathroom.
No, you guys might be getting confused when we go out in the winter times. That's when I have my asthma condition. So I have to bring my, what do you call those, my puffers? I don't know.
Oh, your
inhaler.
My inhaler.
Yeah, that's right. That's where we saw the inhaler in your bathroom.
The week John saw me, I was moving off of one and onto a stronger one, so I had two inhalers.
Right.
And Ava Gorilla said that is the biggest inhaler I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it is big.
Looks like an oxygen tank.
Well, but Gary can handle it. He's got big lips.
But let me ask you.
And then he's got a whole bunch of lip gels and
Did he have like an interplaque?
Yes.
I had one a long time ago.
Yeah, I know. I'm not imagining this. and he broke it. He couldn't handle the size of his teeth.
You had to get another one?
You broke it, right?
It snapped.
It snapped. It snapped from the pressure.
Surprised he hasn't.
Then you have bleach, right? Anti-green bleach?
No.
Anyway, yeah.
But I might also have to bring my my mouth block. You know, the guard.
Oh, that's right. And then he has his mouth block.
This will be a tense situation for Gary.
Yeah.
He has to coordinate a lot of things.
I'll be gnawing like crazy.
He has a mouth block that keeps it's like a dental dam, so he doesn't bite and chip his teeth during the night.
I'm dying to see that.
Yeah.
I'll be gnawing so much. If you guys need coleslaw, just give me some lettuce and I'll.
You know what we ought to do? We ought to get the pass key to his room and burst in the middle of the night and see what it looks like. Because you know he'll never show us.
I'll show it to you.
Will you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because we've been waiting a long time.
It looks exactly like what a football player wears.
I'll decide what it looks like. You let me see it.
It's clear. Imagine.
Right. I just want to see it. I'll describe
Can
it.
you imagine? Already his teeth are so big he can't get his lips closed around.
During the night.
And he's got that thing.
Yeah, that's what must look funny. He must have that big guard, and then his lips are even having more to fight against.
And then, of course, when I wake up, I'm so dry from the mouth guard that I'm like.
Have you been wearing your mouth guard every night?
No, I haven't worn it in a few months.
Yeah, I guess your wife misses it. So anyway, you say that. So you tell me there's some kind of controversy.
Okay, the big controversy. I just.
Well, first of all, tell me what's happening Saturday morning.
Okay, Saturday morning. Here's the rundown. 8:30 in the morning. Now, all this doesn't include you. 8:30 in the morning will be registration, where only members of the Libertarian Party and press will be allowed inside.
Okay.
But I don't think you need to be there for that. 9:45 begins the opening remarks. The keynote.
Do you think?
You better make sure, because I don't know if that includes people who want to vote.
I don't know. We'll find out. Baba Booey's going to find out.
It's only people who want to vote can come.
Right.
They're not going to let regular listeners
Don't we
in.
want to vote for Howard?
Yeah,
but aren't you registered, Robin?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
but you're saying it doesn't have to include us.
But don't we have to vote? You're saying only people who want to vote?
This is just registration.
Oh, it's registration. We're already registered.
Voting.
But how can you say that we're having registration? I thought you had to be registered by the 8th. So it's already done.
No, we've joined the party. This registration may be to validate
that you're there.
I guess like check-in.
All right, so Gary can check in for us.
I can check in for you.
All right. 9:45
is opening remarks.
I don't even want to wake up that early to vote for myself. I'll just leave it in the hands of others.
You know, the keynote speaker is going to be the person who will make the opening remarks is going to be a famous libertarian who already holds an office.
Right.
Wow.
So you'll be hearing from Rebecca Wilbur. She is on the New York Town Board of Woodstock.
Wilbur.
Yes.
Rebecca Wilbur.
She's an elected libertarian.
Oh, yeah?
Right.
Wow.
In Woodstock.
That's a miracle. I didn't know elected and libertarian go in the same sentence.
You know what I made Gary do last week?
What?
I came down the station. You know, I issued a Time magazine. That
This guy's great. You know who this is. This is the guy who stands in front of the building.
Gary's friend?
Yeah, this guy stands in front of the building and tortures Gary. All he does is wear Baba Booey masks and monkey masks.
I love him.
And whenever Gary doesn't...
I'm a lot of the interns because I make a lot of phony phone calls to the station.
And then whenever Gary... He loves to harass Gary.
Yeah, he follows him to every appearance.
If Gary is making an appearance...
cells of Gary.
He has cartoon drawings that he makes of Gary all the time.
Well, he's only come to one of my appearances.
Is that right?
He makes frequent appearances in front of the building.
Right.
Yeah, last week I was outside.
He calls a lot.
He calls a lot?
How many times did you call me this week?
Oh, I think like about 2 or 3 times.
This was a busy week for him.
Right.
Yeah, because it's spring break, so...
You got the time.
You got the time to do it.
Yeah. You should have seen last week, Melrose Larry Green almost picked up this girl.
Really?
Hey, I heard a great story.
What?
Ratso called me last night. And you know that retard who appears on our show all the time, Kenneth Keith Kallenbach?
Yes, I think I heard this.
So Ratso, Kenneth Keith, Larry Melrose Green. I don't know why Ratso hangs around with all these guys, but he does.
Ratso loves weird people.
I think Ratso, these are his only friends.
Do you want to know how cheap Ratso is? Ratso actually let Melrose Larry Green buy him dinner.
Really?
No.
Now, where does Melrose got to be poor, right?
Yeah, right. Ratso claims he bought all of them dinner.
What?
Yeah, that's what he was telling me on the phone last night.
I don't know. I saw Melrose Larry taking money out of his pocket, and Ratso said that he was, buying Larry dinner.
I don't know. Well, Ratso makes Ralph look like a sport. Well, anyway, so here we go. Ralph's one of these guys. He always says to me whenever he comes to my house, he goes, would you mind if I stayed a little later so I can take you and Allison out to dinner? Which means, Howard, would you take me out to dinner and pay for it?
Right, because he knows you're not going to let him pay.
Right, so yeah. It was last weekend. He was out, took him over to the restaurant, had nice seafood dinner, big Caesar salad.
And he ordered whatever he wanted.
Yeah. Then he comes back to my house and starts eating my food at the house. He decided he wanted more salad.
I think he's eating for the week.
The guy takes his smelly fingers and sticks them in my salad. I chop up a lot of lettuce and cucumbers and stuff and keep it in a big bowl, a Tupperware. he takes his fingers and hands and starts like putting them in the salad and fishing out salad with
But
it.
he goes and opens your refrigerator.
Yeah, opens my refrigerator and feels totally comfortable doing it.
I have a friend whose brother-in-law comes to visit him all the time, brings his laundry, eats everything in the house, and then takes food home with him.
Unbelievable. Yeah, well, my brother-in-law's tried to start that. You know, Bruce tried to start that whenever he'd come and visit, because he sits there and eats the food and everything, and then he'd bring some laundry, and I just put a stop right to it. I just said, dude, I stop at your laundry. You're not doing your laundry here.
The guy used to take the train up, and when he got up there, my friend had to give him the money for his round trip on the train.
Yeah.
While he did the laundry, ate all the food, and packed food to take home.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not doing that.
Wasn't your dad mad at you one time because you said you shouldn't call Gary a monkey?
Yeah.
Isn't there something really irritating about the way he says the word monkey?
Monkey. Yeah, he gets to you, doesn't he? Gary is really annoyed by you, which is even funnier. He hates you.
I'm less annoyed by him than I was a year ago.
Yeah.
I wanted to go last Friday to that crab eating contest, but I didn't feel like taking the train that late at night, so I couldn't go.
I heard it was funny because Gary was like madly. He was supposedly on his diet, but he was madly cracking away at the crabs and grabbing them and eating them. And,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I had 2 crabs that were steamed with some seasoning. I don't know who said I was madly.
I heard
cracking.
you. Christine said you were madly going gnawing at them with like your teeth, like cutting through the crab shells with your teeth.
Even need
the only way.
He doesn't need the crackers.
Everybody eats crabs the same way. You have to crack at them and gnaw.
Yeah, but not with your teeth. Gnaw at them. Gnawing at them. You have to crack at them.
He was eating the shell.
Yeah. You're not supposed to eat the shell. What is it, John?
Oh, God.
I think I just swallowed a hair.
I think I did, too. Do you want Melrose Larry, do you want to talk to him? Because he did pay for the lobster they ate and everything.
Oh, really? All right, well, maybe I'll get to him in a second. But I'm in the middle of telling a story. So that retard Kenneth Keith Kallenbach and Melrose Larry Green go with Ratso to some place, and they're with a whole bunch of other retards from the Whack Pack. So all of a sudden, they're all there, and they turn around, it's time to go, dinner's over. No one can find Kenneth Keith Kallenbach. He's like missing.
Yeah?
Did you hear this?
Yes.
So did you
They're
hear
at
this,
a
Jackie?
restaurant.
No, this is at a club.
Oh, at a club.
At a club. So he's missing, and they're looking around all over, and all of a sudden, in the corner of the club, they see tucked away in a booth, Kenneth Keith is making out with this chick.
Really?
Now, Kenneth Keith never gets laid, and if he ever gets laid, it's by big fat girls.
Big fat ugly girl.
So
what'd she look like?
I heard. I'm not. Well, let me ask Melrose.
They said she was cute. They said she was
that's
really
what I heard.
cute.
Now listen, you guys don't know the rest of the story. Supposedly, Kenneth ran off. She lives. I don't know. She lives like somewhere out of state.
Oh yeah?
They're somewhere out of state together now. They ran off and they're getting married.
Stop it.
I'm not kidding.
Here.
Yeah, that's what Ratso told me
Come on,
last
another
night.
April Fool's joke?
No, not
This is not the day.
Hey, Melrose. No, I'm serious. We call Kenneth Keith. Melrose.
Howard, let's be real.
Yeah.
Let's just talk man to man, real.
Okay, if you want to talk real, then talk real.
Stop being jerky and just
stop being
answer his
jerky and
questions.
answer my questions.
Okay.
Because I'm going to hang up on you. What happened at the club that night? Was the girl decent looking?
The girl was beautiful.
Really?
Beautiful.
I couldn't believe it. I tried hitting on her myself.
Yeah.
And I got no place.
And Kenneth Keith is a really odd-looking guy.
And he doesn't know how to talk to a girl.
Yeah, I mean, I got to say, if I was a girl, I'd talk to Melrose before Kenneth Keith.
I was out with Scott's intern, Chris, and a few other people from K-Rock. It was great. And then suddenly Kenneth started talking to the girl, and next thing you know, he vanished. We couldn't find him. Ratso and I got a cab. We were walking down the village. And Kenneth Keith.
I'm never working with Ratso again either.
And I did pay for the dinner, by the way. I bought Ratso a lobster at Sidewalkers.
That's unbelievable.
How could he let...
Ratso makes so much more money than you.
Well...
What do you make a year, seriously? How
well,
much...
let's not focus on me, Howard. You're giving me so much airtime, it's pathetic.
No, what do you make a year, seriously?
About $30,000.
All right. Anyway, Ratso makes at least $50 a year.
Yeah, well, that's his last lobster.
Do you know that, I always thought that sort of Melrose Larry was sort of asexual.
Yeah.
But he was all over our intern, Christine. So
I love
finally, to get rid of him.
She hasn't shown up back at work since then.
No. But finally, to get rid of Larry, she told him that she had herpes.
Oh, really?
Oh, that was a
great.
goof?
No, it's not true, Larry.
Oh, that was a goof.
Oh, that's terrible.
I already got tested. I paid $40 for a herpes test for nothing.
So wait a second. So did you hear that Kenneth Keith is getting married?
Yeah.
You heard that?
I heard that from King of Song Parodies.
There's a whole
where
network.
are they?
King of Song Parodies has a girlfriend now because of you, Howard.
No, wait a second. Get back to Kenneth Keith.
Yeah.
So doesn't she live like out of state somewhere?
Yeah, she lives out of state. I didn't find out where. I didn't get that far. As soon as I told her who I was, she didn't care.
No, and I'm saying that Kenneth Keith's girlfriend lives out of state, and Kenneth Keith, isn't he like somewhere out of state now?
He's in Pennsylvania now. I mean, he lives in Pennsylvania. I don't know where he is. I don't even know the guy.
Supposedly they're going to get married.
Yeah, they're getting married.
I have a home number for him. Yeah.
This is not April Fool's, by the way.
No, it's not. Seriously, it's not.
This is not
April Fool's is officially over, okay?
I want to know if Kenneth Keith Kallenbach is getting married.
Yeah. I think he is. That's what Ratso told me.
Howard, before you hang up with me, can I say one thing about your gubernatorial campaign?
Gubernatorial.
I'm sorry. I just want to say, if anybody in L.A. wants to be involved in the campaign, please call. If I can't give out my number, please call Gary in New York, and Gary will call me. But can I give out my number in L.A.?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, 213-463. Don't call until I'm off the air, though. 2662. 213-463-2662. I want to raise $20 million from people in the state of California so we can elect Howard governor of New York. This is not a joke. This is not April Fool's. I think Howard, you...
20 million.
All right, dude, I got to go.
All right, wait, can I just say something?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now he seems normal.
yeah.
I like that you hassle Gary. It's funny.
Yeah, no, actually, I was really trying to intern at the station because, I mean, if Melrose, this girl, you should have seen the girl you almost picked up on Madison Avenue.
Yeah.
I was like, man, she's with Melrose. It was unbelievable. I was thinking, man, if I was like one of the interns.
Melrose is a pretty strange looking guy. I can't imagine. I mean, Robin, you're a woman. I imagine that Melrose might be the most unsexual man on the planet.
You don't want to think of Melrose and sex in the same.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to think of Melrose like naked, cuddling you.
No.
You know, and she didn't even want anything to do with me.
After I told her who I was.
If I was a girl, seriously, now, Robin, you back me up on this. If I was a girl, actually, I think I would. If I had to sleep with one of those two guys, it would be Kenneth Keith.
I guess so. If it was the choice between Melrose and Kenneth.
I just got off the phone with Mr. Kallenbach.
Yeah.
He didn't want to come on the air.
Yeah.
Kenneth Keith Kallenbach is in Chicago with some girl.
Right, that's her.
But he said he didn't know anything about marriage.
I heard they're getting married.
He doesn't know how to get in touch with them?
Let me go back.
Go back.
Gary,
you didn't get the number?
The vital question.
I told you, he's in Chicago with a girl.
Oh, man, Chicago.
They just met the other night.
But Chicago?
Yeah, he's already shacking up with her.
Doesn't he have a job?
Yeah, he's real crucial to the...
company must have closed down.
Yeah, the company evidently is thinking of caving in. They don't know what to do. They're going to just sell off all the pieces.
It's not the most important hub.
It's not the most important cog in that wheel.
I'm sure they're still not aware that he's in Chicago.
What would you do if your daughter brought home Kenneth Keith Kallenbach?
I'd get a gun, I'd kill them, and then I'd kill myself.
Burn the house.
Yeah, burn the house. That's the guy, for those of you who were wondering who we're talking about, that's the guy on our old TV show who used to blow the smoke out of his eyes.
You know what we ought to do for his in-laws?
What?
Put together a videotape.
Yeah, of him vomiting on my feet.
And the other one, of him playing the ball in the tunnel.
Yeah.
And then going out to take a...
Put it in his crotch and blew up his crotch. Or lit the Roman candle out of his buttocks. What about
Smacked
that one?
himself in the face with a fish.
Right. Yeah.
A real fish, and then cut off all his hair and stuffed it in his own mouth. And then vomited on my feet because I had him on the show.
Remember he drank a gallon of water?
And then he tried to blow the water out of his eyes. And then all of a sudden he started puking. And then I thought it was great television. At least if I was being puked on, it was on television. And Channel 9 wouldn't air it.
That's right.
I got to put a tape out. My next tape I got to talk to Channel 9 about that. It really should be outtakes of the Channel 9 show.
Remember the episode?
Because when he started vomiting on my feet,
that was really weird.
Yeah. And Channel 9 had this whole thing about you weren't allowed to show body fluids.
But they do it on the Conan O'Brien show now regularly.
They vomit?
Yes.
For real?
Yes.
Real vomit?
They have a guy who comes on and vomits.
No. Real vomit.
What difference does it make if it's real or not?
Okay. All right.
I don't know whether it's real, but they're vomiting.
No. Is it real vomit?
Kenneth's on the phone.
Oh,
and the girl answered the phone.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, boy.
Uh-oh.
Right. Hey, dude, I got to hang up on you.
We got to have pictures.
All right, I might be down there with my Baba Booey mask.
I was just telling the guys, they said, how did you meet Gary? I said, Geraldo actually introduced me to him.
Geraldo?
Yeah, I found Gary when they first exposed Creedmoor.
Plunky.
And I saw this guy on TV. He was naked and covered with his own feces.
Uh-oh.
Geraldo showed me the tape, and I felt bad, and I hired him.
I have a job for him.
Yeah. That's how I found him.
Now, are you upset with Gary?
No, not at all. I love Gary.
Fooey.
How many guys would take him out of Creedmoor? I still haven't cleaned him off, though. I got to get to that, Robin.
Yeah.
It's been like 9-10 years.
That's that smell.
Yeah. P.O. Anyway, Fla-fa-fooey, during the commercials, informed me that we have on our phone a great phony phone call. So let's start off the morning with a phony phone call. Everybody loves them. Hi, you're on the air.
Howard.
Yeah, how you doing?
Hey, this is the King of Texas.
King of Texas. Now, you made these calls yourself?
Yeah.
I see. Well, you're...
I didn't know Texas had a king.
Is this the first time that you've ever called us?
Yeah.
Yeah, King of Texas, Robin.
Yeah, I've talked to Baba Booey a couple of times about some RuPaul things, but other than that...
Well, good. Okay, we're glad to have you on the air, King of all Texas.
All right, this is the Dr. Man. He's a preacher on the Faith and Values Network.
The Faith and Bodies Network?
Faith and Values. It's some Christian network. I don't know. You just pick up all types of stuff on the cable systems. So.
Faith and what, Robin?
Values.
Oh, Faith and Values Network.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Something you don't have. Values.
Values. I don't even know that word. I don't have any of that. If I had some of that, I would know what you were talking about.
All right, you ready?
All right, so you called up. Go ahead. This is the Faith and Values Religious Network.
Talks to people on our ministry team almost every week, and Sarah has an ongoing hurt, and we all love her and hurt for her very much. And so I didn't pass her off quickly. We're in touch with Sarah on a constant basis. Let's go to Mike in Texas. Mike, are you there?
Hello.
How are you?
Good evening. My name is Mike Ganji. In the Bible it says that God forgives, but I've become doubtful because I believe some people are labeled as sinners that really aren't, and it's bothering me.
I missed something there, Mike. It says that God will forgive, but what now?
I believe it says that God forgives everyone.
Right.
But I believe, some people are being labeled sinners who aren't. Well, I mean, to get to the point, I guess my real question is, does God love Howard Stern?
Let's go to Daryl in Ohio.
Won't even answer the question.
No.
What do you think? You think that meant that God loves me so much that he doesn't want to talk about it, or God doesn't like me?
I don't think he likes it.
Yeah, he didn't like me. God is busy. Wow.
Anyway, this is his response, because a bunch of people called in asking why he cut me off.
Yeah.
And he said, this is a Howard Stern call, and Howard Stern's his king, and...
All right, let's hear this.
King, and every once in a while, one of them hasn't got anything better to do than to get...
I think you queued it up wrong.
Lies to our engineers and then mentions His Eminence Howard Stern. We didn't cut the young man off. What we did was stick to our business. Okay, before we go back to the phone.
Did you get that?
Yeah, how come you cut it off in the middle?
I didn't. Did you not hear it?
No, that's all right.
All right.
This guy's not real good at King of all Texas. Not used. He's not good.
Give me a break. It's early.
Yeah, it's like.
Hey, I got one more.
Give me a break. So call in later. What are you calling in so early for?
Because you never do them later on.
Sure I do. It's just all you guys call in early.
All right. You want to hear one more or not?
Yeah, but try to cue it up from the beginning.
No, we'd like to hear the end.
Because it cut off. I didn't get the beginning of it on tape.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I turned it off, and then I heard him talking about it, so I kind of had to scramble.
Okay, go ahead.
Hold on.
All right, not bad for
Their
Texas.
values are so radical.
Do what?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
That you can't tolerate it, then you'll have to stay separate. Those are harsh words, but I think they're true words, and they're the truest words I know to respond to your question. Let's go to Texas. Robin, are you there?
Hello?
Hi.
Hi, I've been going through a spiritual crisis lately, and I've begun to doubt the existence of the Lord, and I've turned more towards Howard Stern. Baba Booey, Baba Booey.
Yes. Who have we got next? Hi.
That's it, man.
Very good.
Yep. Howard.
Yeah.
Did you know there's a big old black market on your older videos and stuff?
Yeah, I know that. That's why I tell everyone to buy our new video.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm going to take it off the market at some point. But
I've already ordered 2.
Yeah, good. Smart man.
There's a guy's $5 per episode, so 5 for $25 is what he usually sells them for of your television show. And then, but there's also $100 for a copy of that Underpants Party. And
yeah, we've heard various parts. What I'm saying is that you should buy a copy of our video now before we take it off. And people say to me, hey, Howard, why do I want a poster of you painted by Leroy Neiman? What am I going to do with that? I say, don't do anything with it. Sit there and hold on to it. That's all.
Yeah. Don't even uncrate it.
Don't even uncrate it. I say, you don't have to hang up a picture of me. It has nothing to do with the fact that it's me. Try to give you something that's valuable.
Is it going to come sealed?
Of course.
Yeah, see,
I don't know. It comes in a huge thing. It comes in a crate.
When are you shipping them out? Because I ordered right in the beginning.
I think they'll start shipping either this week or the beginning of next week. I think they're all set to go.
All right.
All right, dude.
You have a good one.
All right. 1-800-52-STERN. STERN. That's the number to call, and I recommend you do it. That's all. I wouldn't say anything that's garbage. It's good stuff. New Year's Eve tape, backstage tape, all that stuff. Right, Robin?
That's right. You get all of it. Everything we did.
Everything we did, and then some. We had about 9 hours of backstage tape, and we took about the best 40 minutes or so. I don't know exactly what it times out to, but it's jam-packed. The whole tape is about 2 hours and 20 minutes, so it's fun. It's fun. We believe in fun. That's all we're good at doing is creating fun.
Ooh.
Excuse me, Robin.
I missed that over the weekend.
Yeah. You must go through withdrawal for 2 days.
Yeah, so it hits me real hard on Monday.
I like to give it to you early, because I know you go through withdrawal. Fla-fa-fooey says that we don't have the Jack Spector phony phone call tape. I'll have to play it tomorrow. I have to go home and get it. I thought we had a system where we kept some of the bigger moments.
I thought we had played that on the air before.
Yeah, so did I. But Fla-fa-fooey doesn't have it.
Oh.
It's Fla-fa-fooey.
Fla-fa-fooey.
So I can't do my Jack Spector tribute.
See, CBS was ready.
That upsets me. That's why I'm sneezing,
well,
Robin.
Bless you.
I'm having a sneezing attack. Thank you. Fla-fa-fooey. Had a little argument with Fla-fa-fooey yesterday. That's why you noticed those new cartoons hanging on my door of Fla-fa-fooey that I drew with Jackie.
No, I didn't even see those.
Yeah, some new ones. You know, he has that big, ugly sty on his eye.
Yeah.
So I said, hey, what?
I knew this was going to come up today.
Well, you should do the show since you know everything.
No, I didn't say it was funny. I just said I knew it was going to come up.
All right. Anyway.
Funny.
No, Gary has a big
How
sty.
is it today?
It looks a little better. Yeah, it looks a little better.
Because yesterday he was very funny with all that grease on.
Yeah, I was the guy who came to him. I said, Gary, if you got a big sty, there's ointments and stuff you can put on it to get rid of it real quick. You don't have to walk around like an idiot. So go, poo. So, because he really looked goofy with his sty.
How do you not look goofy with one?
I'm fine, Wolf. How do you not look goofy? You wear sunglasses.
Did you see
like Robin's doing?
I don't know how Robin's going to read the news. Robin looks like a blind person.
Yeah, but at least we can look at her. Did you get a sty?
No.
No.
You just didn't put makeup on today?
No.
Yeah, whenever Robin doesn't wear makeup, she puts on sunglasses.
And thankfully so.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Sty Man.
Well, it's just weird without eyebrows.
Gary, you are no one to talk about beauty. You've been walking around here like a vomit. You should have walked backwards the last couple of days. Come on, that big sty look. You look retarded.
It was big and red.
It happened.
Yeah, it happens, so cover up. Have a heart for other people. You have no idea. I'm eating lunch, and Gary's sitting there with, like, eye cream oozing out of his eye, and it's big and red and sore. And it's like, dude, cover up. It's like because Jose Feliciano, you see him interviewed, he goes, I no longer wear glasses. And it's like, dude, you can't see, we can.
That's right. You have no clue what's going on.
The glasses are for us, not for your personal liberation. Everyone's into their own thing. No one cares about anybody else. Blind people, very insensitive.
And every time somebody offered Gary glasses yesterday, he would throw them.
Yeah, you threw them away.
They were dirty. He offered me dirty, dusty glasses for my very sick eye.
So, I said to Gary, I go, that eye cream you're using, what are you using? Because I know something about this. Little kids get styes, all the time. Sure. And I know about it. Like Allison will call the doctor and get some eye cream, and it's gone in a day. I don't need your cream, he goes. I spoke to Edie McClurg, and she told me what remedy I should use.
No, see, the way it happens is he sits there and he browbeats you.
Jackie, you were there. I said, hey, did I browbeat the dude? I just said to him, hey, man, I saw the guy's sitting there. He looks like he's in pain. It looks really uncomfortable.
You said, go to the doctor. I said,
Gary, why don't you go to a doctor and get some medicated cream? He was putting some, junk on there.
It seemed like the straw maybe that broke the camel's back. Maybe everybody in the world had told him what to do, and all you did was say, why don't you go to the doctor and get some cream? He's like, I don't need any more.
No, you said, go to the doctor.
And I just said,
you guys care what I think?
Why did you take Edie McClurg's advice on your eye?
I have no idea. Because she played a nurse in a movie once.
Now he's pissed off.
When he said Edie McClurg told him what to do, I thought that was kind of weird.
Yeah.
So what was he putting in his eye?
I don't know.
His finger.
No, he had like lard or something smeared all over there.
Greasy.
Greasy eyeball.
Greasy red eye.
I didn't want to talk about it. So we started drawing cartoons of Gary's eye. It's like a little tiny eye, and then I got to show you the cartoon. Hey, Gary, bring in your own cartoons and show them to Robin so she can laugh at you.
That is the most humiliating.
Gary, quickly bring in those cartoons so Robin can read them.
It's basically just teeth, a mole, and a sty.
Yeah. You got to see how we drew the sty, though. Show them. Show her both. Yeah, show her both. That's mine. Show her mine. This is mine. Wait till she sees yours. And here's Jackie's. Oh, that's mine. Oh,
oh, that's funny.
There it is.
You make him hold them up.
What did he do? Just throw them away?
Where are they? Where are your pictures?
I hung them up.
What, you threw them in the garbage?
He threw them away.
I haven't seen Jackie run that fast as it was food.
Those are like Leroy Neiman.
Those are better than Leroy Neiman's. Leroy Neiman's.
This is limited.
Limited edition.
That's right. They're the originals.
One of one.
There's no copies there.
Those are the originals.
T-shirts. Gary made a Baba Booey T-shirt, and it's. I'll just say it's early in the morning. No one will hear this later.
Fine.
It's really like the worst shirt I've ever seen.
Okay.
It's embarrassing.
It's great for polishing ashtrays, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're taking them at bars.
Hey, guys, let's be honest. Is that the ugliest shirt you ever saw? I mean, why not? I mean,
when he showed it to us, Will, and I don't like this.
It says Baba Booey on it. It's got the worst lettering I ever saw. Because I know Gary doesn't have a lot of money, and he went into business himself, and he made a shirt that anyone would be embarrassed to wear.
Who designed it?
He did.
No, I didn't.
Who designed it?
We had somebody.
And it's got giant teeth
and
and gums.
chose the design.
It's got big teeth and gums and a mustache. I don't see anyone at the station even wearing it.
With no eyes. Yeah,
no eyes. It's just like teeth and gums. I mean, everyone's talking about how bad it is.
Uh-oh. Superman's here.
Yeah.
Ralph.
No, I was just going to say that I had asked Gary a while ago when he said he was working on it. He had a couple, quick sketches. I said, Gary, let me help you out a little bit. I said I'd do it for free, but I guess Gary just...
People hate to admit that Ralph has any talent.
No.
He's into clothing. He designs. Have you ever seen some of the stuff he's made for me? I mean, he's actually designed shirts.
No, I didn't know Ralph designed shirts for you.
Yeah, he does a lot of stuff.
Jackets for Howard, a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, he designs stuff. He could at least out of anybody here.
He's the most artistic.
Right. Yeah, I'm not saying he's not Ralph Lauren, but
actually, seriously, when he wears that
but
hat.
He could be.
But by the time Ralph got to me, it was already done. That was the deal.
Yeah, all right. I mean, listen,
you might have gone to ask Ralph.
And we'll never have this discussion on the air again. That the shirt is goofy. We'll keep lying to the audience and tell them it looks good.
Hey man,
all right.
The show's honesty. I would never stop you from saying what you think.
No, because I don't want to see you losing. Sort of like a what do you call that? Oblong circle?
Oval.
Oval. And
elliptical.
Yeah, elliptical, and it's got kind of a mustache and teeth. Here. This is what it looks like. This is it.
It ain't that creative. It ain't that creative.
It's not even that good.
No hair on that one.
See, this is what the design that we came up with in the office for Gary's shirt. Big picture of Gary, right? And it says, "Please, both talk nice, or I'll lose my shirt." See, something like that.
Howard, when he showed me,
it should have been like Fred's painting of Gary.
He could have had Jackie or Fred in on, maybe some catchy caption.
Yeah, something. You put zero thought into it.
That's not true.
And you think you're going to make a bundle.
That's not true entirely.
He looked at that shirt and saw the mother load.
Well, you know what I would have done? I know he would never agree to this, but it would have sold 1 million shirts. I would have bought it. You get a picture of baby Jackson with flies around his head, like a Biafran.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Listen to him. Look at Jackie.
That's funny. That's a funny shirt.
Yeah, but is it so funny? I agree. That's a funny joke. But it's so funny that Jackie should go,
That's my job, dude.
Oh, is that all you get paid for? To laugh?
He showed me and Gotti told me that design, and we both said, nah.
Yeah.
And
then he goes ahead and does it because he's stubborn and he wants to do what he wants to do.
See, I was left out of that whole process. He had already decided.
Well, look at your T-shirt.
And the whole.
But excuse me.
Hold on.
Jackie is funny. I mean, Jackie's a funny guy. Yeah. He could have offered some ideas. Jackie's not funny when he comes to himself, but he knows for other people.
The big decision was whether the big smile should be this big or this big.
Yeah,
that was the whole major decision.
Where's the shirt?
I don't have one with me.
Yeah.
I really don't have one with me.
Because Gary decided...
I might have one. Whoa!
Oh, good. Where did you get one? Did you buy one?
I gave one to everyone on the show.
Mine went right in the garbage.
She's sitting on.
You didn't even give it to your housekeeper?
No.
You didn't give it to
Who's going to wear that?
You didn't give me one, Gary.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't?
No.
Oh, I'll bring you one. I'm sorry.
Would you wear it, Ralph?
No, but
don't make him waste his money.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, come on, every shirt. How much does each shirt cost you?
Oh, why does Quivers have to have these?
But I mean, whose idea? I mean, I don't know. Oh, there it is.
I took it out of my briefcase.
There it is. Look at it. Yeah, here it is. It's first of all right, here's the front of it. It says Fla-fa-fooey, and it's got...
It's like the STP thing.
Yeah, stupid. Yeah.
All right, you stuttering bastard.
And it's got a mustache and teeth.
His teeth should be that nice.
Yeah.
That white.
Look at it. Yeah. And the mustache...
Wait a second.
The mustache is nice.
It costs extra for different tones.
Why didn't you take an actual picture of your teeth and gums?
That'd be fun.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Instead, you had an artist... This is an artist's rendition of Gary's teeth and gum, but it's like cleaned up.
A rendering.
It's a rendering. It's like a cave painting.
But it's not even like a Fred rendering or anything.
Yeah, right. It's just
there's nothing cute about it or anything.
I don't know. And then on the back is the phone number.
Well, no, that's not for...
These
that's
are
not
special
for,
editions.
Those are special editions.
Oh, there.
The back of the others have nothing.
I'll give you a plug. Maybe somebody wants to order. NY. There you go.
And why did I buy this shirt?
You know it's too bad.
Why. And why did I buy this shirt?
Don't
How many have you
my
sold?
shirt like that.
Well, we're waiting for Canadian accounting to come in. SoundScan says about 8,000, but
Really?
it's about 3/4. No, I have no idea.
You
I really don't know.
You mean, but it's your phone number. I mean, it's he knows. He knows
I really don't.
Have you sold any?
Estimate guy, come on.
Estimate? Seriously? I don't know, 500.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's an estimate.
Okay.
Around 500.
How much do you need to sell to make back your...
10,000 more, he makes his money back.
No, I think no. To break even, I think we needed to sell it was a minimal startup cost. I think we only needed to sell about 350 or so.
All right.
Oh, we're in the green.
You're in the green.
That's
the green.
Wow,
The
black.
No,
I don't know.
Just because you're thinking of his teeth. Green. I'm in the green.
But I genuinely don't know how many. I almost don't want to know.
Right.
You don't want to know?
Well, you know.
Because he knows it's not good.
This conversation should push it up to 502.
Ralph, hold this up next to Gary's head. Let me see how that looks. And you turn to the side. Now that's funny. And you know what's funny about him? The funniest painting I ever saw of Gary was Fred's painting that he actually painted.
Oh, yes.
Classic.
And I would have just taken that.
You know how things go around here. Then I want to, if we get involved in that was done for the show and people don't like
please, I would have. Well, as long as it's okay with Fred, what do I care?
So if I change the design tomorrow and use that, you'd let me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would have been honored.
Think about that. Fred would be honored.
I would. I told him he was
I would wear that.
So would I.
I told him to use one of the caricatures back in the office. There's so many good pictures.
Yeah, but at least Fred's is in color. It's full color. It's funny. It's got the big mole. Everyone would be laughing about it, wearing it. But Gary would never come to me and ask me what I think should be on the shirt.
Well, if I came to you and asked you, we'd be having this half-hour conversation about how dare I bother you when you have big movies to write.
Right. That's true, too. You know what? You're right. Well, at least talk to Ralph. He's got nothing to do. I mean, really.
This actually, it's too bad. It actually could have been a cool shirt. The idea of the black and the white and the teeth and the mustache. You could have done it.
Well, Ralph, if Ralph would like to come up with some designs, I'm willing to.
What would he have done?
I don't know. Just like you can't even see the it's all lost in this big blob of white.
Yeah, I know.
It's hard to tell what it is.
It's like Tom designed.
And the big blob of white is not cool. It's like it's like an iron-on patch.
And you wouldn't put this you put this on the back and maybe just make it real graphic.
Oh, good. Here's the Fred painting. Now this is a funny T-shirt.
What a shirt that was.
That's funny.
That's classic.
That's good.
That's classic.
Hey, look at that.
Imagine luminescent teeth.
Yeah.
Right. You have them day glow.
The teeth that glow in the dark.
Day glow teeth.
I have this purple shirt from a radio station that I'm not allowed to wear here because it's got another station's call letters. But it glows in the dark.
Yeah.
Imagine those teeth glowing in the dark.
That would be
beautiful.
Great.
The more he sold, the more the rest he'd get.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that. Like, who the hell would want the whole world walking around with that?
Yeah, it'd be great because you could take.
Look at that.
You could take that lip, that big pink lip.
Look at that
big fly hair on the neck.
The big pink lip. Like Fred took every one of Gary's features and brought them out. Like the lip and the the tongue and the teeth and the mustache. It's like a big Reuben sandwich. You know what I mean? And then you got like that bad hair all over his face and hair running down the back of his neck and the big giant mole that's almost taking over his eye.
That's not a mole. It's a birthmark.
Birthmark.
A mole grows hair. And mine doesn't.
Mole down by the bad hair.
Wait a second. Where's the mole in my ear?
And
down by the ear, right there.
Your second mole right by your ear.
I didn't know I had one.
The first time,
I've never noticed.
The first time I saw that, I fell down, because that's the view of Gary that I have, and I'm sure Robin has, too. When I saw that, and the moles and that, oh, man.
There's even a mole by Gary's ear.
Dog.
Yeah. And then Gary's ear is up almost to the top of his head. Close to ape.
Okay, so my perspective was a little off.
Look at that. Hey, do me a favor. Hold Fred's picture and you turn to the side.
What am I, Homo erectus?
Ralph, hold this up next to Gary's head.
So dummy.
Let me see how that looks. And you turn to the side. Now that's funny. Wait. Keep your head to the side. Don't look.
Oh, that's the shirt.
It's like he posed for it.
Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. That's a T-shirt.
It's beautiful, colorful.
Hey, Robin, look.
I love it.
See?
Take your tongue out a little bit.
Gary, just open your mouth and let you...
Shut up! Shut up!
I know what Gary means. You're getting goofed on. All of a sudden you hear Jackie go...
Yeah, I'm laughing because I can wash my hands, but that painting is still going to look like him.
The scary thing is you can, but you refuse. Fifth grade all over again.
Right. Yeah, because Gary was telling me, like, in school, he used to get goofed on by his teeth all the time before he had cabs.
Robin's got her funhouse laugh on this morning. You know, that evil funhouse laugh?
Just sit and take it. Don't try to resist.
It's like the clown on top of
Yeah.
Well, hey, while you're on it, you know, you might as well... Did you see that letter you got yesterday about my quick appearance on The Tonight Show? Did you read that?
Yeah, that's pretty funny. We got to take a look at that.
Yes.
You know... Well, I'll talk about that later. No, I don't want to pile on.
Let's spread it out over a...
People were saying, you know, when they saw the birthday show on TV, particularly on The Tonight Show, Gary's on for a second, and they say for the second that you see Gary on the birthday show, I mean, he just walks by, he licks down his choppers and gums. Yeah, and they say it's unbelievable. No.
Play it in slow motion.
Yeah. So they say it's like a second. You only see Gary for 1 second, and he's like he's licking everything down. The teeth are going, the gums are going, the lips are going.
Oh, boy.
You know where you screwed up on your T-shirt? You just... Hey, there you go, Ralph. You know where you screwed up on your T-shirt?
Where's that?
You screwed up just because you...
Put it out.
No. You didn't want to embarrass yourself. So you did the mustache and teeth and everything.
You tried to make it nice.
Right.
You got to let people who goof on you make the shirt. And then
know what to do.
It's funny.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm accepting designs from Ralph.
No, here's your design. This is it.
Yeah, but you know how much it costs to do all those colors?
Dude.
Come on, that would be funny in black and white.
What you do is they make a
You
patch
need that
out of it in
pink
color.
lip and the
and
white
the patch
teeth.
just gets put on the shirt.
Yeah. Hey, the patch, though, looks cheap, but so what? That's a funny... Now, that's good.
I would wear that shirt.
So would I.
Everybody.
I would wear
So
that.
would I.
I wear it right now.
That's right. I put that
Ralph,
to my chest.
if you don't shut up, you are going to wear it.
See this, Baba Booey? This is your ticket to freedom.
Who's the retard on your shirt?
Yeah. Corky. But Gary licking his lips and gums. I'm going to talk to the E people. I want that to be our new MGM Lion for the E opening. Like either for the opening or the close. Like all of a sudden you just hear,
And you just hear like...
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Yep.
Yeah, in fact, I like the lion roaring with Gary licking his teeth and gums. You know, and then we just... And then it just says dun 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 dun.
Production.
Yeah, right. So I'm thinking of making like a little logo.
Yeah.
Sit, Ubu, sit.
Yeah, e pluribus booby.
You know what this is like? This is like an intervention, like a drug intervention.
That's right.
All my friends showed up to tell me what a jerk I am.
Right.
Video conferencing technology used in the production of The Howard Stern Show, provided by IBM.
This is kid who shows up outside our building all the time. He moved to Florida, so he can't show up here anymore.
How do you know?
Because he told me he moved.
Oh.
And, this guy,
Gary gave him a ticket.
This kid used to come by. He was this young kid, and we'd be, we'd go outside the building, and there'd be this guy in this monkey mask,
half monkey mask,
and he'd say, Howard, Gary, look at my pictures, and he would draw these really crude pictures of Gary, and they were all Gary,
yes.
but teeth, gums, and they were on these plastic pieces of paper.
They were on acetate and drawn with crayon,
right,
which made them look like more devious.
Because Gary collects cartoon cells, and we always goof on him for it.
Yes.
Because he has these stupid cartoon paintings hanging up in his house, which I think his wife has done away with.
No, we still have them.
Do you?
But you know what he used to
Are
do?
they hanging in the house?
Nothing's hanging in the house, but
Yeah.
they will be.
Yeah, sure.
You know what he used to do that used to make me nuts, Howard?
Yeah.
I would leave here at like, I'd leave here at like 2 or 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And he would be, and I'd go out the front, and he'd just be leaning against the front of the building with that mask on, and it'd be like, I forget he was even there, and I'd be so tired, and I just want to go home. And he used to go, he'd start walking me, and he'd go, Gary, is a full diaper really a lunch?
And there's a guy just walking with you in a monkey outfit.
And he'd go, is a loaded diaper really a lunch?
And it was funny because he'd draw everything like, he'd go, Gary, you want to buy this? It's a cartoon cell. It's a cell.
It's an original. It's one of one.
Yeah. The kid was great. The kid was unbelievable.
He was hysterical.
Then all of a sudden, everywhere you went, he was there.
I know.
All of a sudden, we were in Albany.
Yeah.
And he's there with the monkey mask.
Right. He became like a regular.
Twilight Zone episode. Stalking.
Did you ever walk out of the building when the guy was there with Gary?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Don't laugh at him.
Oh, it was great.
No.
Don't laugh at him.
So Gary would be like, hey, this guy's a real pest. Don't pay attention to him. And then 2 seconds later, I'm laughing, looking at the cells.
You couldn't help it.
Yeah, right.
You had to go through the whole collection.
Gary's like, hey, don't encourage this kid, because, we don't want him hanging around.
Hey, we all have our weaknesses. Just like Jackie says, hey, don't give any credence to that guy in Albany who called and said the show was canceled. You remember? Oh, don't talk about that. But the monkey man's funny.
Right. So the kid would be out there, and Gary was always like, please.
Don't encourage.
Don't encourage it. And then you couldn't help it, because it was funny.
Just saying, everybody has their weaknesses.
That's right. There you go. Gary's really upset because he's licking his teeth every 2 seconds.
He's drying out rapidly.
His teeth are drying out, and
I decided that I don't usually do this. It's the E-lights that are making me dry out.
You're drying out your teeth. Anyway, there's a lot of aspects that are funny about you, except you don't know what they are.
Oh, I know what they are.
You got to let
I need to put them on a T-shirt.
Yeah, well, that's the point I'm making.
You want to sell it, you know.
You see, this is something people talk about.
Okay, that's going to be the new design, I think.
That's unbelievable.
I couldn't do better than that.
Yeah. I like how the nose is sitting right in the mustache.
Yeah, I mean,
it's piled in there.
Yeah, because Gary's profile, he has a nose like a boxer. The nose doesn't. The teeth and gums come out further than his nose.
If somebody's wearing that, people would just have to stop you and say, "What the hell is that?"
You know what's amazing about it? Seriously, could you turn to the side? Turn to the side for a second. Look,
no.
His nose is smaller than his teeth and gums.
Yeah.
It's all flattened out.
My nose is broad and flat.
Yeah. Look at that. And the teeth, but the teeth come out further than the nose.
Yeah.
No human has that. No human being has that. That's funny.
Cro-Magnon.
You want to see what?
Look, here. See what I'm saying?
Oh,
no human has that.
You think that's bad? I have a picture to show you that would make your head spin.
Because even like a lot of Asian and black people have broad, flat noses, but their lips and teeth and gums don't come out further than the nose.
Okay.
Point of fact. You might be the missing link.
How soon when you had the T-shirt did you have these feelings?
The second I saw it, I knew the T-shirt was a loser.
What did you say to him?
This just in, 4,500 advance orders for the new shirt.
You know what this is like? This is like an intervention, like a drug intervention.
That's right.
All my friends showed up to tell me what a jerk I am.
Right.
How soon when you had the T-shirt did you have these feelings?
The second I saw it, I knew the T-shirt was a loser.
What did you say to him?
I just said it was nice. I mean, I lied. I mean, what are you going to say? The guy invested his own money.
Yeah, remember how good he told you your record was when he first heard it?
Yeah, remember that? The same thing I did to Gary.
One for me.
Fighting for his life. Hey, Gary.
Yeah.
But, well, how much did you invest in those shirts?
I have to... I'm really not sure because there's like...
Boy, oh boy.
No, I'm really not sure because it has to do with like you have
you
to
were very sure.
No, you have to get a screen, and we tried a couple of different ones. You have to get a screen every time you try a new design.
You're lying, man.
No, I think it's seriously the entire investment. I think is around $2,000.
Was it only $2,000?
Yeah, it's and then the T-shirts are you order them
as you need,
and if you sell them, then they pay for
them. Advertising, guy. You didn't invest in advertising?
No.
What is it, Gorillo?
Well, everybody's calling up and say you should call up and hear the message on the.
Oh yeah.
Oh really? Did you call that number? What happened?
It's just a recording of me.
Oh boy!
It's just thoroughly not necessary.
Oh, boy.
It's 415. Papa Plunky.
Was that a dial 1?
No, it's a local number.
Use your finger.
It's just a toll call.
Not a toll.
Not a person in the audience who knows what that means.
Hey, it's Baba Booey from the Howard Stern Show. By now you've heard all the hoopla. The Baba Booey T-shirt is available. It's my official and exclusive T-shirt, and they're only $14.95 each, plus $5 shipping and handling, and $1 shipping and handling for each additional T-shirt that you order. There's a variety of ways to order. The easiest way would probably be if you sent a check or a money order. And what you would do is you would send that to Baba Booey, care of Add Dimensions, 59 South Main Street, Freeport, New York, 11520. Now, that's the way you do it if you send a check or a money order. You can also send your credit card number with the expiration date, and you'll get it as well. Now, don't forget to specify if you want large, extra large, or double extra large.
Where's the Gary puppet?
Come on, check out the Baba Booey T-shirt. It's the hottest rage.
Oh.
Goodbye.
It's the hottest rage.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, by now you've heard all the hoopla.
Get your Baba Booey T-shirt.
That wasn't even worth playing practically.
Hey, there's the Gary puppet. You got a T-shirt?
Where you been?
By now you've heard all the hoopla, and I don't even know what that word means.
It's the hottest rage.
By the way, put me down for 2 of those T-shirts.
Now, already the guys on Wall Street have been faxing us jokes. You want to hear some of the sick
what
jokes?
What Kurt Cobain?
All right. Well, I read these. I don't approve. You know that. Why did Kurt Cobain have to blow his own head off?
Why?
Oh, no, that's no good, that one.
All right.
Some of these are really downright stupid. I won't,
Oh, some of them aren't even
Some
good.
of them don't make sense.
Okay.
What was the last thing to go through Kurt Cobain's mind before he died?
A bullet.
No, his teeth. don't answer them. His teeth. Say. What was Kurt's last hit?
What?
The Pavement. You know the color of Kurt Cobain's eyes?
Oh, what?
Blue.
What?
One blue this way, and the other one blue that way.
People are vicious.
Oh, yeah. This is wrong. This is how some people cope.
Well, yeah, this is a way of grieving.
Good about America.
I actually read an article that said people write these jokes as a way of grieving. I go,
yeah, that's what they were saying. It's the dark, sick humor, but you can tell nobody's really happy. Nobody's really laughing.
Then we all ought to be caned, if that's the case. Fla-fa-fooey. All right. How is Kurt Cobain like Roy Rogers?
There's a good one. How?
They both had a trigger. Why are Kurt's brains like Lionel Richie?
I don't know.
They dance on the ceiling. How are Nirvana's record sales like Kurt's brains?
I don't know.
They both went through the roof. Okay. Let's see. How does Kurt...
Oh, with a dustbuster.
With a squeegee. All right, there you go. Well, those are some of the ones that were faxed in. We did not write these. Maybe one or two of them, but no, we did not write these.
Did you catch any of MTV's coverage of this whole thing?
Flunky. Well, no, I didn't. As a matter of fact, I put on MTV to see what they... And all I saw were girls dancing around in bikinis.
Yeah, all I saw was that on that beach stuff.
Yeah, that was good.
They went live almost immediately, probably like around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They went live, and it was Kurt Loder was, sort of carrying...
Yeah, wasn't he doing something... You know what? Kurt Loder... I like Kurt Loder a lot. I think out of all the robots on MTV, he's the only one that's human.
Yeah.
Because I believe all the VJs are robots. I don't even believe that they're real people. I can't believe real people could be that goofy. But I noticed that Kurt Loder on the news now, they put him by a computer. Did you see that?
No, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, they make him look more like news.
He's like in a news area.
Yeah, the other day I turned on, he was on by a computer. I go, I wonder whose idea that was. He's on a computer.
They're really getting credibility with that news department now. They're taking it very seriously.
Yeah, well, anyway, yeah, so what was going on in the coverage?
Well, they had Kurt Loder on, and he was interviewing, like, a guy from Rolling Stone that interviewed, Kurt Cobain, like, 8 months ago, asking him what he thought, but... Then Kurt Loder was begging young children all over the country not to kill themselves.
Really?
It says if you're upset by the suicide and you're feeling suicidal, don't do it. Look what it did for Kurt Cobain. Please don't do it.
Why? It increased record sales.
Yeah. If they've got a record, it might be a good way.
Stuttering John ought to do that. If he really wants to sell some of those records and make Atlantic's... make Atlantic's record department profitable. He should do it.
And there are a few tracks they're not going to do on this album, right? They could have another EP, maybe even.
Hey, John, load up, you moron.
So then you know what else happened? So they ran this, I guess, for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Then I turned it on Friday night, and I saw Kurt Loder and John Norris and all these people on, and it said live, and then there was a big graphic that said recorded earlier.
John Norris is not a real person,
Oh, he isn't?
He's a robot. I know him. He's like Heine from Maxwell Smart. We know him. Isn't he a robot?
He was never very animated.
No, he's not human.
So why would they make a robot with a big gap in his teeth?
To make him look more human.
Yeah, so you'd be fooled. Silly.
So they played it all night on Friday night, and then on Sunday you turned it on. They kept rebroadcasting that same 3-hour piece.
Yeah.
Followed by Nirvana's Unplugged and a bunch of videos.
Well, I bet he saved a lot of lives going on and telling the kids not to kill themselves.
Well, I understand they were doing that on radio stations, too. They kept broadcasting the suicide hotline numbers.
Yeah.
And they said that all the suicide hotline numbers were just overwhelmed with calls.
Yeah, but that was...
And now the suicide hotline people need therapy because they took too many suicide calls.
Oh, even the suicide people are feeling suicidal.
They're suicidal now.
That's pretty... The counselors are now suicidal, advising suicidal people.
Hi, this is radio station. Hi, this is the zoo, and we're recommending today that people not kill themselves. So please give a call to your local suicide hotline if you're feeling real suicidal. Hey, thanks, man. I hope I don't sound too jive. I hope I sound sincere.
Yeah, they say they usually take 3 suicide calls a night or something, and they were getting 8 to 150 calls, and it really overwhelmed the people on the line.
We want to remind some of our young listeners out there who might just get their driver's permit not to drive off a cliff because of the Kurt Cobain suicide. Okay, coming in at number 20 now.
Could you tell me, though, who are those people who immediately go to the person's house and start crying outside?
That's cool. Like mental patients. Yeah, I know, and you see them on the news. They're already out in front of the guy's house in Seattle crying. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's almost like when it's like vultures. You always wonder, how do they get there so fast over the carcass?
There's already somebody out there crying.
Yeah, give them guns.
Well, Kurt Loder said, if you're feeling suicidal, call your...
Yeah, what do you do?
Call your local suicide hotline.
Yeah, but did he realize that they are suicidal as well?
If it's an emergency, call 911.
Oh, really?
That's what he said.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the cops aren't busy enough.
Yeah.
I told you what happened when I called about my purse. Don't call
Call 911. You guys are... Those guys are...
Myself.
Yeah.
You haven't got the balls.
Call back in 15 minutes.
They always want a sympathetic word on those lines.
Yeah, those guys are trained.
Yeah, they're trained to handle you.
Well, let me tell you how to do it. Don't miss.
Yeah, it'll be messy. Well, anyway. Hey, where is Stuttering John? Did he make that video?
Yeah, he's in
When is that
office.
going to be on MTV? Is it done? When am I going to see it?
We saw a rough cut of it over the weekend.
Oh, you saw
right?
it? Yeah? Is it good?
I think it's great.
Yeah? Well, we'll see.
Very funny, good performance.
You know what's going to be funny? If John's record actually becomes a hit, I'll have a rock star get me potatoes every morning. Wouldn't that be cool? Hey, John, what are you going to do if your record actually should hit?
Jackie saw the video, too. I'm going to bring it in for you, too.
Yeah, I'd like to see it. Yeah. Why do I never see these things?
No. What do you mean?
What? Where is the video? Where is it now?
It's on my phone. I was going to bring it in this morning, but...
Yeah, let me see that.
Okay, it's the first cut. So
did Sting do it?
Yeah.
He's in it?
Yeah, he's in it. He's great.
Is he good in it?
Yeah, he's really good.
Gene Simmons, Nuno from Extreme.
Yeah.
Who was Whitney Houston's guitar player the other night, if you read your program.
No, I didn't. I didn't read the program.
And Gilbert Gottfried, and Grandpa Al Lewis, and Barry Williams, who's Greg Brady.
Yeah. So you got all those guys audition for you in the video?
Yeah, Gene Simmons is great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And go ahead.
And Melrose Larry and Kenneth T. Kallenbach.
Oh, are they in it?
Yeah, well, they came to audition, yeah.
So if your record actually hits, what are you going to do? Are you going to still be my intern? Because won't it be embarrassing for a big rock star to be getting me food in the morning and stuff?
You know.
But wouldn't that be cool in today's day and age? Instead of being a rock star, you're still getting coffee?
Yeah, that'll keep your credibility going.
You won't have to kill yourself, man.
You can blow your brains out. Would you blow your brains out if you were the guy in Nirvana? No way, right?
No, I don't think so. But
wait a minute. This is the guy who constantly tells me he's thinking of going on Prozac because he gets all depressed.
Oh, you too now?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you have. Tell the truth.
You know, Robin,
now you're going on.
It's amazing to me how you bend the story around.
What is the story?
All I said
Are you depressed now,
no,
too?
No, all I said was Prozac.
Did you call the suicide?
Prozac makes you do better at what you do. That's all I said.
Yeah, it enhances.
Yeah, like your golfers golf better on Prozac. And that's all I said.
Did you ever tell me you're constantly depressed?
No.
John.
I said I was constantly depressed. Maybe I don't remember ever telling you.
What are you depressed about?
I don't know what she's talking about.
You got a great life.
I am in
tell
shock.
me this constantly.
You do nothing all day.
Man, I would just want to be a star. And I keep writing these songs, and nobody
What was it, about 5 years ago?
You say this. You were saying this up to last week.
Yeah, that's a good thing to go with. You should be depressed. That's cool. Depressed is cool. Like Eddie Vedder's cool.
I can't sleep. You don't
yeah,
tell
I
me
can't
this
sleep.
stuff.
Yeah,
you want to know who the best band around is?
I'm having a problem with insomnia, but that's about it.
No, Prozac will make you stutter better, so I'm all for it. If that enhances your stuttering, I'm gonna get you some. I'm gonna go talk to my doctor about getting you on it. So you'll make more mistakes. You know who the best band is right now? No offense to John's band. I'm sure that they are also the best. Is Soundgarden. They're the best.
Yeah, that's great.
They're the best band ever.
It's a great album right now.
Oh, that's some album. Have you heard that yet?
I've heard some of Soundgarden. I haven't heard the whole album.
What?
Spoon Man is the single right now.
Spoon Man?
Yeah.
That's right. That's a good song. I have that record. I brought it in today to play you a good song.
So forget Nirvana. Go with Soundgarden.
Did you hear that? Yeah, well, Nirvana's dead. Hey, Fred, have you heard Soundgarden?
I bought it. I haven't had a chance.
I hope that guy doesn't kill himself.
I hope so, too. Wear a helmet.
You know,
What?
The guy from Soundgarden does a really good song on that Temple of the Dog album.
Yeah.
With Eddie Vedder.
Yeah, I'm still hungry.
Shut up, you two.
They start.
Whenever I talk about what I like, these guys have to start giving me this obscure Temple of the Dog information.
Nothing obscure about it. It's on MTV and on the radio.
No one cares.
Hey, Howard, you have me and Eddie Vedder on tape, I interviewed him.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I have to play that.
Yeah.
What?
I just so you want to hear it.
Yeah, but don't mumble. I can hear you.
I can't believe he denies all the stuff he tells me.
Oh, I'm sure he told you he's depressed. He was probably just trying to get you
I might
in the
have been
sack.
depressed that day, but maybe I was trying to get you in the sack.
But I'm going to find a song even Jackie will like.
On this album?
You know, Robin,
on this album.
I should crucify you doing that here, man. If I sat here and told everything you've told me,
what if she told you?
She would kill herself. Yeah, it's unbelievable. You're the biggest mouth.
Come on, rat her out.
These guys are good.
Yeah.
Soundgarden. Wait, I'm going to find.
Hey, I like
Spoon
that.
Man is the one you like.
I like that, but I'm trying to find one that even Jackie can relate to.
Do they play banjo on this album?
There you go.
I like this.
Might work.
Sounds like something Jackie wrote.
See, Jackie will like this. Yeah, that's why I'm playing it. These guys are good. What's so funny?
The Beatles were heavy metal to Jackie. You know? we were in Cancun. We were at a piano bar, and he's like, "Isn't this great, John? Isn't this great?" And they were playing some song from the 1920s or something.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
You go, no, this sucks.
Scott Joplin or something.
We're sitting in a nice restaurant having dinner, and there's a guy playing the piano, playing Summer Wind, and I happened to say that I thought it was enjoyable.
What is Summer Wind?
It's Frank Sinatra song.
Classic song.
Maybe you won't like this. Bet you these guys are depressed, too. It'd be cool if the whole band killed themselves. No band has ever killed themselves.
Why would the guy go by himself? Take the whole band.
I just ruined this song. Wait a second. Just check this part out. Oh, that's a good song. That's good.
The Crimson King type of thing.
Stop talking over it. I told you not to be stupid, you moron. Did I tell you not to be stupid?
Yeah.
All right, so then listen.
Shut up.
Shut up. Shut up. I thought I told you not to be stupid, you moron. Oh, isn't that cool? You think that's cool?
I like this guy's voice a lot.
Fred, why can't you write me a song like this? I could sing this.
Oh, here you go again. What happened to that song you had?
It wasn't cool. See, I can sing that. Did you hear me singing that?
Yeah, I heard you.
Now, that's a song, John.
It's great.
That's a group.
This is like the
what?
This album's like the biggest album.
Shut up. I thought I told you not to be stupid, you moron. Why weren't those guys at the Rainforest concert?
I don't know. Must have been busy.
Robin told me Bon Jovi was there, but he wasn't in the concert. You told me he tried to get in the concert, but they wouldn't let him?
That's what I heard.
Really?
That they didn't want him.
Well, I would have liked to have seen him.
I would have loved to have seen him. I think John's an incredible singer.
He's better than Tammy Wynette, that's for sure.
Still, with Tammy, you get that extra added, she might faint.
Yeah. She was good, though.
Well, I could think
she looked a little fragile.
Yeah. When they were carrying her out, it was almost like they just wanted to make sure she got there.
But you're telling me John Bon Jovi offered his services for free to the Rainforest?
That is what I
And they said, why would they say no? What?
I don't know.
No, you know why.
No. To me, he seems like a wonderful person to have at a concert.
So
but
do I.
It seems that they want to try to control this thing and keep it exclusive and make it kind of an honor to be invited. And
well, I know someone
instead of being invited.
During the intermission, Bon Jovi was singing in the bathroom. He was in there. He was doing a nice thing. Yeah, no, he didn't pass no hat. What's the matter? He was singing for anyone who wanted to hear some music.
No, I told you about the auctioneer, right, at the party.
Well, then they have this auction at the Rainforest concert after the big concert.
Yeah.
Bon Jovi was there, and Robin said Bon Jovi was taking, they have an auction on stuff. You bid because it's a charitable thing.
Right.
So John was nice enough to say he was trying to bid on some piece of garbage they had there, and he goes...
Here's a Knicks ticket.
Yeah, Knicks ticket. $3,500 he bids, and the guy goes, all right, thank you, Axl Rose. And they...
Get out of here.
Yeah, they mistook him for Axl, and then he left. He got pissed off. I don't blame him.
He didn't leave. He just didn't bid anymore.
He's good. I would have liked to have seen him.
He would have been great.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
I heard some interesting stuff about him the night of the Grammy party.
What happened?
I just heard that he really rides those guys, especially Richie, about his weight.
Oh, yeah?
That he's really on top of those guys about their weight. When they get heavy, he gets really mad at them.
Who is he, Jenny Craig?
I guess he doesn't want fat guys in the band.
Like Richard Simmons. Jenny Craig. John Bon Craig. Why doesn't he prepare meals for them?
That's right. Give him a plan.
Hey, I got to tell you, I went to Atlantic City. I got to tell you about my trip, but I got to take a break.
Also, I have...
Did you win?
What?
Did you win?
I'll tell you when I get back.
Okay.
We have an incredible Larry King article. It's 2 pages long, and 3/4 of each page are about you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
The whole article's about you.
Where's it come from?
I don't know. I have to go take a look.
Okay. Oh, I got a lot of incredible articles. I got to start talking about our new videotape at 1-800-52-STERN, too. You know, I don't get the energy together to talk about it, how good it is.
Can I get a copy of that?
Why don't people call in and tell us what they think?
You know what? I have a great fact.
Yeah, go ahead. Give me the facts.
Everyone's calling saying it was great.
It really is great. It's a brand new show because it's got Gorilla was telling me, he just saw it. It's a whole, it's all of us sitting around talking while we're showing you backstage footage. You're going to love it. Plus, you get the big Leroy Neiman poster. I was in Atlantic City. A guy had me sign it, and when they took it out, everyone's going, oh, I didn't realize it was that big.
It's huge.
It's huge. Let's see, fax memorandum, comments. Thank you for coming back. I always get nervous the day you'll go on vacation and decide not to return. Believe me, that day's almost here. I got the tape on Friday. I've watched it about 4 times since then. Here are my favorite parts. Watching Debbie the space alien girl try to get that weird bathing suit with some help from the other girl.
That is funny.
I thought the Keystone Cops speeding it up made it hilarious. We speed up some of the backstage tape while the girls are trying to get into their bathing suits.
Yeah.
And it's real funny.
I don't know how a bathing suit can be that confusing.
And plus it's cool because the girls are naked. It's good. It's real sexy. 2, watching all those perfect bodies, except the one fat girl and one guy, stumble and bumble their way through their first practice. Yeah, that is good. Number 3, when one girl suddenly reached out and ripped the top off one of the other girls, the cat fight during rehearsal.
I don't remember that.
Oh, yes, you do. And then the Tic Tacs fell out of her chest.
Tic Tac?
Yeah. You guys remember that?
No.
Got to get the tape.
Now he says that image stayed with him so long that he freeze-framed it and ran it in slow-mo. That part by itself pays for the tape. Oh, he says the very last part with Elena Beastie wrapping her naked self around Tiny Tim. The side view of her breasts, perfect breasts I might add, is artful and tantalizing.
Artful?
But the part that makes it funny is a thoroughly goofy Tiny trying to make a sensible conversation with her.
You know, we really are jaded because when I think about that, Tiny Tim sitting there and Elena's completely naked and
It's
just
great.
all over him.
Yeah.
And he's trying to advise her on her career.
Let me tell you something.
All in all, it was classic Stern realism, funny, sexy, innovative, provocative, and entertaining. A perfect tape. Thanks for all the smiles and once again for providing the best value in video on the face of the planet. And we really did put together a spectacular video for you this time. 1-800-52-STERN is the number.
That's a great fact.
And you get a whole big package in the mail with the poster and everything else. Some guy had me signing them in Atlantic City. I went there. I want to tell you about my trip. It was pretty funny. 1-800-52-STERN. We'll be back right after these words. Brought to you by Infinity Ventures and me.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. 97.1 The Eagle. We're back with The Howard Stern Show.
You know, he just did a commercial with some food in it, and one of the funniest things after Jackie eats,
wipes his finger cuts with a napkin.
Yeah, and licks his finger cuts. There's a lot of gross things that go on in this studio.
You threw quivers?
I tell you, I had some vacation. I try to do something nice, and it always backfires because I work with idiots. I got to tell you.
What did you do?
What?
What did you do that was supposed to be nice?
Well, a friend of ours was very ill. Was sick. And so while she was convalescing in bed, she was recuperating.
Yeah.
My wife went to visit her and stuff, and she's laying around. There's not a whole bunch of things to do. So she mentioned she loves when Seinfeld comes on TV. Because when Seinfeld comes on TV, it cheers her up. It's one of her favorite shows.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Not in my face, please.
Ralph tapes Seinfeld, and he has every Seinfeld episode on these 2 video cassettes. So my wife says, I'm going to get these video cassettes. I would like to send them to you. It's every Seinfeld episode. Which I thought was nice of my wife. Now, I wasn't even involved. My wife was handling it.
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with me. This is my wife's friend, the whole thing. So I get a hold of these Seinfeld cassettes. And because they're Ralph's, I don't want to give away Ralph's tapes. I wanted her to have mine. Make copies of them. So, in my employ is Ganji. Ganji the retard. Ganji the nitwit.
What did I tell you about
Ganji
him?
who is going nowhere in life fast.
I told you never give him great responsibility.
It's funny. I gave Ganji some dough to work for me because I felt bad for him. He was working for free. But he really is a nitwit. Never checks his work. Doesn't do anything right. You don't do anything right.
I do everything right.
No, you don't. You know what? I got to go back and check.
Right.
He's been doing lots of taping and stuff for me.
Yeah,
and you never checked on it?
I've never checked any of it. How do I know?
Because we've sent it to 1.5 billion people. That's why.
We sent what to 1.5 billion people?
Every stuff that we make, we send.
No one looks at your work. No one checks your work.
I check my work.
You check it. All right. Well, let me tell you how he checks his work. Let me continue the story. You tell me if he checks his work. Because the 2 times I've checked his work so far, they've been wrong.
What 2 times was that?
Here's what I ask him to do for a living for me. I pay him to do this. Take a VCR and another VCR and make copies of tapes that I have.
Right.
That's all he does for me. He makes copies of tapes. Can you make copies of tapes?
Yes. If you give me that job, I could do it.
Do you think a 5-year-old can make copies of tapes?
I think if you showed them once, they'd be able to do it.
Now, the only time I have them taping hundreds of things. But the one thing I once checked was I had to make a tape for my parents. I had them make a copy of some of the old movies, the family movies.
Sure.
They got it. It was all black, all blanked out. All right, that was one time.
Your faulty equipment.
Oh, okay. So but you check your work.
I do. Yeah.
So why don't you check your work and find that it was faulty?
Because sometimes, you know, with this problem that we had, and we've already talked about.
Yeah.
The problem that we had was.
Let me hear this.
At the beginning, it was okay, and
the whole tape was blank. The whole tape, Ganji.
The whole tape.
So you just checked the beginning of the tape? Why don't you spot check your work?
Well, because of course.
My parents threw it out. They never even brought it up to me. I asked them how they liked the tape. They told me it was all blank.
Do you want me to sit there and watch 4 hours of tape?
You never. Do you know what spot check is? You ever hear fast forward?
Of course.
No, he works slow as a turtle. So listen to this. Have this guy making dubs for me. That's his job. No wonder dub and dumb are so close in spelling.
Just one letter.
Yeah.
So close.
I don't even know why he bothers going through the charade. Why don't you just give my parents a blank tape still in the wrapper? Why do you go through the charade of pretending like you put something on it? So anyway, this woman friend of ours was sick, and she was laying in bed, and Ganji, I asked him to make a copy of the Seinfeld shows. Now, you're going to think I made this story up that I'm telling you, but I'm not making it up. So, you know, because we send out so many tapes and things, whenever I have tape laying around, Ganji takes and tapes over it. Because, you know, we just send out a tremendous amount of tape. I get a letter from this woman's husband, and he says, look, I'm sending back this tape. Now, this woman's husband has spent 2 years in the priesthood, by the way. 2 years preparing to be a priest and then left and became a husband.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
And he says, I'm sending this back. I don't like your idea of a cruel joke.
Oh, no.
Oh, what did he send, Howard?
He sent them a porno movie.
Oh!
With nothing on it.
Howard.
And you know what? You want to know something? It's funny. I know everyone's having a good laugh, but I got to tell you something.
No, but he's probably thinking that's a typical Howard Stern.
And it happened. He thought it was like an April Fool's joke or something. Like Howard Stern, what a funny guy. Yeah. He says he sent in a Seinfeld tape. First of all, I had nothing to do with it. Why he sent me the letter, I don't know. That was the thing that pissed me off. Send it to my wife. She's the aunt who's involved with everybody. But Ganji, what's your story? Tell me what you're up to. Are you up to ruining me?
Yes, absolutely. I'm trying to ruin you. That was
all right. Well, at least you're honest.
You know,
the guy enjoyed probably the Chinese enema tape, thanks to you.
Ooh, I can't imagine what he sent.
I have it in your bag. And
you have the tape?
Yeah.
Good.
And it goes, you know, I'll tell you exactly what's on the tape.
Is there any Seinfeld on there?
None.
None.
There's about 5 seconds of, like, a Letterman show.
Yeah.
And then there's a little snow, and then it goes right to pornography. And when I say pornography, there's like people aren't taking their clothes off. I mean, it's like there's a naked woman
doing herself
with her toes are pointing towards the ceiling.
Wow, working on herself.
Exactly.
Yes. With dildos?
Yes. Oh. No, manually.
Manually. Oh.
And this is a sick woman.
I thought I told you not to be stupid, you moron.
Wow.
How could you do that to me?
You never.
And these aren't the kind of people who get the joke. Don't you check your work?
That was a rush job, yes.
A rush job?
That was a rush job.
I can't tell you how this... So everyone said I should fire Ganji?
Oh, it was one mistake.
Oh, come on.
Man.
That's a pretty major mistake.
It is not.
That's a whopper.
There's people out there now thinking he's a real scum because of you.
Yeah.
We sent 3 tapes. 2 of them were right. One happened not to tape over.
Oh,
maybe the tape was loose when we covered the little.
No, you know what I think happened. You know what I happen to think happened here.
What? What happened?
I think you're so addle-brained that you.
No, it has nothing to do with
I think you. What college did you go to?
CW Post.
Okay, I rest my case.
CW Post.
All I ask the guys, please make copies. Make copies. God knows you can't screw that up.
Oh,
what would you have me do? Why don't you send a copy of that duty video to my parents? Why don't you just mail it to them?
Next to my list.
Yeah. Little mistake. So these were the wrong people to make a mistake. But not that I care. We were trying to do something nice. But at the same point, I mean, you could pay a little attention to what you do for me. I don't know why I keep you around. I never fire anybody.
I will make sure now doubly that I check every single thing.
Yeah, but now you're going to slow down to the point where you hardly do anything.
Well, I'll watch every video then.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You have to spot check just to see that something's on there.
I will definitely.
And why don't you
And when you're doing something over a porno tape, erase the tape.
Yeah, I'm definitely doing that from now on.
Yeah, and we're not saving any more porno tapes.
No, we're throwing those out.
Yeah.
Why are you doing that?
We get so many porno tapes that we just have so much tape sitting around that we use them. But I'm not into saving porno tapes. All right, get out of here. I'm disgusted with you. And my wife said I didn't yell at Ganji enough. I said I did yell at him. But,
You did.
I said, what am I supposed to do? The guy's retarded.
Ganji is not anything he...
But I apologize. What was I supposed to do? At that point, what was I supposed to do?
Well, you should pick up the phone and call my wife's friend.
Absolutely, I would. I would definitely do that.
Even my wife said, I want to yell at Ganji, but it's not my place to yell at Ganji. You should yell at him. I said, okay. I said, that's another thing. Now the pressure is I got to sit around and yell at him.
Yeah, but...
On my vacation.
Do I not do a good job for you?
No.
What?
Do I not do...
Why do you want to ask that? Do you really want to be evaluated on the air right now?
Absolutely.
Do you want to be evaluated in front of all these people?
Is there any other time
I'll give you an evaluation. I'm going to give you an evaluation in private.
Yeah, okay.
I got plenty to say to you.
Maybe you should start doing that. Have 6-month evaluations.
This is sounding more and more like work for me. Like I have to evaluate him.
No, because Ganji walks around thinking he does a fine job.
You know what it is? I don't even want to know what Ganji's doing. I just want to know he's doing it and taking care of business. I don't want to have to yell at you. I don't want to have to evaluate you.
Maybe Laura should take that.
Oh, believe me, I was yelled at.
Oh, she yelled at him plenty. I think she would get rid of Ganji. It's me who keeps holding on to him. I feel bad for him. You really want me to evaluate you? I'll evaluate you right now if you want it.
Oh,
I'll evaluate you simply. A scale of 1 to 10.
Uh-huh.
You're a 2.
I'm a 2.
You're a 2.
Now, how do you rate that? How do you judge?
1
what
to
is your
10.
standard?
Ganji, you want more evaluation on the air?
Well, what do you
just received a 2 out of 10 points, and now you want to be explained
you're just pointing at a 2. You're not explaining
2.
where the 2 comes from. Why? Why 2? Why not 1? Why not 10?
No, you're not a 1. You're a 2.
I'm a 2. So what is
a
2?
1 would be like that kid Corky.
He's only dubbing. The highest score you can get is like 3.
Yeah, right. I mean, how many points do you want?
Yeah.
He wants a top evaluation for a guy who makes copies of tapes.
Couldn't give him a simple job.
Yeah. If I give you something complicated, maybe you can earn extra points. It's like Tanya Harding. If she does a triple Lutz, that's complicated.
Right. Yeah.
So she deserves a 10. You're not doing a triple Lutz.
No.
You klutz. I tell you something, I was so angry at him. I don't even know how to express my anger. It's embarrassing. Because I don't like to be angry at someone. I like to just come in and see you, and that's it.
Well, I try to do a good job. I happen to screw up once.
Twice.
Did you make him cry out?
No. I'm not. It's not. Why should I have to work at making him cry?
No,
that's work for me. That's pressure for me.
And you're at home. You're trying to relax.
I'm trying to relax.
I don't mean that. Did you try? I was just wondering. If you got.
Yes, Baba Booey. And Baba Booey, you want to know something? As much as you're smiling through this, you are no better. And I'll tell you why. It's because you're so incompetent. I have to assign all your duties to other people.
Right.
Just so you know that.
Good.
You're no better than him. You're no better than him. You're a 2 also. The 2 and a 2. That's a 4. There you go.
Wow.
No, excuse me. You're a 1.5. He's beating you.
Bring the rest of the staff.
That's a 3.5. No, not the rest of the staff. You 2. Every time I call up, Baba Booey's got everyone doing something else for him. I said, what is this? Can't he do anything? I give Baba Booey's assignment.
You're the one who's...
Baba Booey's assignment is to open my mail. Now, you don't want 25 people opening your mail because it could be something personal in there, which Gary knows. I could be getting a letter from someone that's, personal. And I said to Gary, you're the guy who's going to be allowed to open my mail. Call up the other day. I find out Gary's got the interns opening up the mail.
Really?
Going through my mail. He's got everyone on the planet going through my mail. My personal mail. See, he doesn't tell me that. He doesn't tell me that.
One day, Kathy opened the mail last week, and you happened to call. That's what happened.
Oh, one day this happened.
One day.
Never happened. On the one day I call, that was the day it happened. You're kidding.
No.
You've never had anyone open your mail before until that one day.
Sporadically.
Oh, sporadically now. Now it was one day, now it's sporadically. So it happens more than once. Am I correct?
Yes, you are correct.
I see.
You are correct, Perry Stern.
Who else looks through my mail? Does Aqualung, the homeless guy, look through it? Does Cope look through? Who looks through my mail? Tell me who photocopies my mail.
We photocopy it. We send it around the office.
Yeah, before you photocopy my mail, genius, let me tell you something.
No.
Let me tell you something.
That was a joke.
I want you. No. I don't take anything you say as a joke.
John photocopies your mail. Do you trust Stuttering
John photocopies my mail?
Yes.
Don't ask me that question if I trust him, because now you got to photocopy my mail. No, I trust you. I like you. You got low brain pattern.
Well, I'm too low to work a copy machine.
You are? You're too slow. You're too stupid.
Too stupid.
Yeah, this is the problem. So he's got So now I'm saying, what does he do exactly all day? What does he do all day?
Nothing.
He comes in here. I see him reading the paper. That he does. He reads the paper better than anyone. In fact, he blocks out everything else. He's able to concentrate on the paper.
I thought this was about Ganji.
Well, you walked in with a dumb smile on your face. I said, this guy's no better.
And you're not going to be the beneficiary.
I don't want to hear your jokes. There's nothing funny about you commenting on people who can't work. I told the both of you not to be stupid. I tell you, I got some staff.
So he gave the job of the mail?
So I call up the other day, and Kathy, God bless her, the woman works hard. I said to her, what are you doing? Why are you so overworked? What's the trouble? I needed her to do something. She says, it's crazy around here. I said, what's the trouble, Kathy? Tell me the trouble. I'm going to try and solve it for you. I don't want you to be troubled. Well, I got to open the mail, and I said, whoa, I said, what do you mean you're opening the mail?
Whoa.
I said, wait a second. Who's opening the mail there? I gave Baba Fofo.
What mail are you opening?
She goes, well, he's very busy today. I said, Fla-fa-fooey is busy. What is he so busy with that he... First of all, I want Fla-fa-fooey opening my mail. I don't want now 2 people opening my mail.
And this is a vacation week.
This was my vacation week.
So this is your usual stuff that Gary needs to be doing on a daily basis as producer of the show is not even there.
No, because, please, he doesn't do anything.
But I'm just saying,
right, yes.
Maybe there would be something else you'd need from him.
His regular duties were not even being attended to.
And he couldn't open the mail.
Couldn't open the mail. He was too busy. God knows what he was doing. Well, Wolf, I got best of. Oh, it's not best of, so there's a duty. Don't get overwhelmed.
That's my biggest job.
I don't have mail opening time, Wolf. Oh, Fooey. For Fifi. Fla-fa-fooey. Fooey. Bow high.
Fooey.
You open the letters, Wolf. Bars.
I'll steam them with my breath.
So he couldn't open the mail, so Kathy had to open the mail. And I started yelling because I don't want Kathy opening the mail.
Yeah.
That's not Kathy's job. Foul up. But I don't want to be running this. I don't want to play the super cop here. I want someone else to do this.
Don't you have an administrator?
No. No. Gary's supposed... I want someone in charge here. Who should be in charge? I can't be Gary. Maybe I'll put Kathy in charge. But I don't know if she has the balls to tell these guys off.
I think she does.
She does?
I don't think she thinks she has the authority.
All right, I am restructuring. Gary and Kathy come in here now. I have a whole new program that I am going to... this is like being governor. Flunky. Come in here. Where's Kathy?
She's on her way in.
All right, good.
Howard, you have to be the administrator.
No. In my absence. No, again, you don't know anything about running an office.
It comes down to you.
You're the producer of the show, and now I'm about to take powers away from you that you formerly had.
All the powers away.
Your power is now you're going to restrict the power.
No matter who you give them to, inevitably you are the final word.
No,
you have
wrong.
To be.
When I say you open the mail.
Right.
You mean I every day have to be checked in with to say that you have to open the mail?
No, you don't.
You're telling me that I have to every day remind you that you open the mail?
How could you be the final word when he's always giving away the jobs you give him?
That's all I do.
Kathy, come here. I've decided that you are 100 times more competent.
1,000. Go nuts. Go nuts.
1,000 times more competent than anyone here.
Infinity.
No. Listen carefully, Kathy.
Sideways 8.
Gary, listen carefully because this is a new law around here.
Hear.
Kathy, from now on, you are me. Now understand this. What this means. Listen. Understand what this means. No. This is what this means. What you say here in this office.
Yes.
As if it's coming from me.
Okay, that's great.
Now, what does Gary do? What is his duties? What have we decided for him to do?
Gary produces. He makes sure we get lots of good guests.
Right.
And and
Right.
he controls Best Of. He's
Okay.
got all the best things in the show.
Best of. He produces whatever. That's a quasi description of
I
what
go
he
through
does.
the mail, listen to all the audio tapes, read the
go
articles.
through the mail. Okay, now, if you ever hear Fla-fa-fooey come to you and say, I can't do my job, tell him to go do his job.
Okay.
So he has to stay another hour.
Or prioritize for him. If he's got a couple of jobs to do and he doesn't know which one is more important.
Yeah, when you see steam coming out of his head.
And Kathy, could you do me one more favor?
Yeah.
Could you come over to my house in the morning and tie my shoes for me? I'm too retarded to tie them.
No, you're going to have to learn to tie your shoes yourself.
In fact, buy me penny loafers.
If you're at the point that you can't tie your shoes, then we can't help you.
Okay, enough of this bickering.
All right, in other words, Kathy, from now on, you know how it's always been sort of uncomfortable where you can't decide if you're Gary's boss or Gary's your boss or what it is? You are his boss. You are everyone's boss here.
I feel a weight lifted off my back.
Good. Kathy now is the senior person at the show.
You mean, I can't blame anything that goes wrong on Gary anymore?
No, that's right. I know it's more responsibility. And unfortunately, there's no more money in it either, having all this responsibility. But you are the only competent person here, I've decided. Now, congratulations on your new title and your new responsibility.
4/11/94 at 9:05. I have relinquished my responsibility.
Good, because you know what you do anyway. You throw all your work onto other people.
Does that mean Gary's no longer responsible for the interns?
No, Gary was never responsible for the interns.
That's right. Kathy became responsible.
Kathy is responsible. Kathy has slowly taken over everything, so she might as well be his boss. You are now all these people's boss.
What's my new title?
Well, give yourself one.
BAWF.
Boff. Good, I like that. Boff. You are Boff.
Too.
You are Boff.
Gary has to call me boss now?
Proxy Boff.
Kathy, what should I do now, Boff?
There you go.
Get to work, Gary. What are you doing in the studio fooling around?
Oh, man. And as far as you go, since when don't you know about opening mail? You know that's confidential between me and you. Why would you hand that over to other people?
From time to time, somebody opens it. The mail has gotten so big that it just...
Yeah, but Gary, discuss things with me or your new Voff.
My new Voff.
Would you mind repeating so I know that you understand this? You really screwed up.
In this instance, no, I don't mind repeating.
I and I alone will open my Voff's mail.
Will open my Voff's mail.
No one else.
No one else.
But me, myself, and I.
But me, myself, and I.
Voff.
Voff.
Only those three people.
I will not assign mail.
I will not assign mail.
Opening
to
other people my Voff because you Voff don't want that.
Huh?
I will open letters.
Will open letters.
Copy them.
Copy them.
And be a merry mailman for my Voff.
And be a merry mailman for my Voff.
Forever.
Forever.
I am as dumb as a letter opener. All right, very good.
And it's volatile.
Yeah, well, your boss now is Kathy Tobin. Take it up with her.
Yeah, let's get her a Federal Express plane. I'll be like one of those kooky postal workers.
Yeah, well, she's your Uber Führer, and that's it. All right, very good. All right, and Gagey, congratulations to you on another fine job done.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, proving your competence. I got some letter from this guy.
That
the
imagine
husband.
was a horrible letter.
It did have a nasty tone.
Yeah, and you know what? My wife was just trying to do something nice, but Ganji ruined it.
Can you blame the guy for being upset?
Yeah, I mean, you know, who wants porno? Besides me.
Dumb question. No problem. He sent it to me.
I mean, you know what's more embarrassing? Not only did I get a nasty letter, but Tobin opened it up. So now the whole office has to read it. That's amazing to me, Gary, that I entrusted you with my mail, and you just
threw it away.
Could you carry on some more?
Yeah, I will after the show. Thank you. Thank you. I will carry on. I will fulfill your request.
I know you will.
Yes, I will. Thank you. Thank you all.
No, thank
Kathy,
you.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you very much.
All right. Ganji, I know you don't have much to work with, Kathy, but they're all yours.
Well, I wondered who was in charge of the interns anymore.
Well, now it's all clear. There was obviously some confusion.
Yeah, because that time they called an intern meeting because Gary was losing control of the interns.
Yeah.
I thought he was still in control.
No, he relinquished that as well.
I see.
He always walks out of those meetings with a big weight lifted off his shoulder. Oh, I don't have to worry about that anymore. Kathy worries about it. So now it's clear. Kathy is Gary's boss.
All right.
All right? Let's see how that works.
So now he cannot give her the mail because she is his boss.
Right. Yeah.
Robin, not only do you not know anything about intern meetings, you don't know anything about dealing with people.
Now
so that should be the end of the sentence right there.
Now,
if you were in charge, and I'm talking to you, if you were in charge of the intern meetings, you'd have a knife in your back.
Howard. That's all.
Now I'm free to read Newsday.
Now go carry your tapes away.
He was hunched over like a monkey.
What'd you say?
Stop.
What'd you say?
He was carrying so many tapes. He was hunched over like a monkey.
Oh, boy. It's like a circus around here.
He's going to come through the door.
He's going to be throwing the tapes.
What did you say that was so bad?
All I said was, now he cannot ask Kathy to do the mail because she's his boss.
Right. No, that's his responsibility. That's his responsibility. Him and that Ganji. Ganji making copies.
I'm making copies.
Making copies, Bull.
Him and Scott are down there loading up.
I mean, if you had a porno movie and you were sitting there making a copy over it, which is cool, I don't mind him being smart and taking tapes and reusing them. What the heck?
Especially a porno tape.
Right.
I'd make sure something was going on that was erasing whatever was there.
I wish I was that witty.
And that it ran all the way through to the end. You don't want all of a sudden
I told him
a porno
he's supposed to bulk all the tapes. He's supposed to bulk erase them, which I bought him a bulk eraser for, but he doesn't do it. Lazy. So he screwed up in a bunch of areas. So that was my week off, dealing with all the mess. Then I yell at my wife, what are you such a do-gooder for? What? Stop sending tapes.
Don't have a nice impulse.
Yeah, I said, please. Then I get first of all, why would a husband write to me?
Because he didn't think your wife would do that.
I had nothing to do with it. It was my wife's tapes. I mean, why am I being written to because of my wife's actions? What am I, her parent?
He probably thought she got her husband to do this, and look at Howard Stern's wacky sense of humor.
Please, that's sexist. If you ask me, that's a sexist thing. Yeah.
Are you going to continue with this?
Why? What's it to you? Well, get out of here.
Oh.
What's the matter? Are you uncomfortable with the subject?
Yeah, where is this bulk eraser that I'm supposed to use?
You don't even know where it is, do you?
No.
It is it is in the back room there on a windowsill, plugged in for your use.
And that erases...
That erases all the tapes.
That erases tapes.
Yes.
See, I didn't know.
How long have you been working in radio? What do you think a bulk eraser is?
I know that it erases audio tape. I don't know.
Well, what do you think audio and videotape is? It demagnetizes the tape. That's all it is. It's magnetic.
But audio tape is metal on a tape.
Yeah.
So
what do you think videotape is?
I don't know. What is videotape?
Well, why don't you look it up in your book?
My college handbook?
Your college book, your CW Post book. You know what happened? And be careful around that bulk eraser because Gary once fell asleep on it. He used it as a pillow. His head rested on it and erased his brain. Stole his whole thoughts.
He's all snow.
That's the thing. You press a red button. You haven't seen
I've
that's what you're supposed to be using.
Okay.
All right.
I didn't know that was for videotape. I just thought that was for audio.
I should have been more thorough in my description. Your head is resting on it, Ganji. Wait, you're sucking out some of the life out of your brain.
Well, just to recap, that nothing will happen like this ever again.
All right, I'll take you at your word.
Nothing will ever happen.
Well, you probably never be asked to do anything like that again.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find someone. I'm gonna have to find my kids. They're like 7 years old and they know how to use the bulk eraser.
Well, I've been giving them Playboy now, so.
Yeah, good. Yeah, he sends Playboy to my kids. Playboy tapes. Yeah. Thank you, Ganji.
All right.
The king of porno.
I try.
Yeah, you try. You try real hard. You know what it is, Ganji? I'm going to tell you something about yourself, and you got to learn this. In your mind, you think you should be a TV producer or some kind of big executive or a radio guy, and you feel the work that you're doing for me is demeaning or you
that's
feel
trivial.
Trivial. But I'll tell you something. As far as I can see on the job market, I seem to be the only one willing to hire you right now. Maybe in the future that will change. But since I'm giving you the work, at least put your heart into it and stop dreaming about big-time jobs. If you do this right, maybe I'll give you a big-time job. I was just about to give you a big-time job, and now I've reduced you in my eyes.
I screwed it up after one mistake. Years of faithful service.
You want to know something? I tell you something. Ralph is a better tape dubber than you. All the practice you get. Ralph makes tapes for me all day.
That's a lie.
All right.
His videos come. They're all fuzzy.
Fuzzy is because he has bad equipment, but that's not his fault. You're Ralph without the good qualities. All right, thank you.
All the years of faithful service, and this is what I get.
Well, listen, who knows if your service has been so faithful?
You better go back and check all those.
I got to go back now and check 3,000 tapes.
Let's check, and let's check. We can find all the
let's see what happens.
We can find all the other mistakes that I've caught, and I've saved a lot of time by
All right,
getting the equipment
okay,
repaired
very good.
and stuff
Thank
like
you.
that. All the other things that I've done.
Okay, well, you did a good job. You're only as good as your last show, my friend. Remember that.
Well, my next
Same in radio. I might have done a good show 10 years ago. I still got to do a good show today.
Well,
See? Don't tell me about all the good shows you did. Tell me about the show you did today.
Well, I'm working today, so.
I told you not to be stupid, you moron. All right, thank you. I thought I told him not to be stupid.
Always complaining that he's in a dead-end job.
Yeah, dead-end job. Dead-end job. This is the most happening job he's going to have. Dead-end job. Dead end. I didn't have a chance to tell you about my trip to Atlantic City. But I got to take a break, Robin. We'll be back right after this.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
I want to thank Augie over at Trump Castle, Robin.
Augie?
Augie laid out. That Augie is something else, man. I tell you,
Were
Trump,
you at the Plaza or the Castle?
I was at the Trump Plaza.
Okay.
And Augie was over there, Robin. I call him Augie Doggy because, well, you know why. I have to embarrass him. But Augie really took care of me, Robin.
Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that.
I had a great time. And I won a little money, too.
Yeah? Good trip?
Oh, yes. That's right.
How much you win? How were you playing? Were you being a...
No, I'm a very sensible player. I won, I ended up winning...
a high roller?
I was up as high as about $1,000. And then I lost a little there, and I ended up winning about $450, which makes me very happy.
Well, that's a good win.
That's a good win, right?
Any win is a good win.
Any win is a good win. I walked out a winner.
Who'd you go with?
Well,
that usual group of studs?
Well, no. This was a different group. I brought my father this time.
Oh.
My father had never been to Atlantic City.
You're kidding.
No, so I went with Dominic, of course. Dominic Barber, the bloated attorney.
Dominic and Dad.
My dad, Neil, of course, who was there so Neil can make fun of Dominic, and Dominic can make fun of Neil.
How does your father take to all that?
And Ralph was there as well.
Oh, wow.
And, of course, no trip is complete without Ronnie, the limo driver. So, I don't like to mix those two groups, but, Dominic knows everyone in Atlantic City, so he makes it so you get the rooms and you get the food and everything.
Right,
so
he has it taken care of.
Yeah, it would have been probably... it was the right mix of guys, though, for hijinks. There was enough... It's hard to have hijinks with your dad there.
I was going to say, does he sort of calm everybody down? Are people less likely to do the things they do?
Well, no, there was still some wild hijinks going on. We sat down to play cards, and Neil went into the bathroom, and he found a tampon in there. And right when we were playing cards, he snuck the tampon by Ralph's pile of dough, his pile of money. So it looked like Ralph had a tampon with him. So Ralph got pissed off. So Ralph goes over, and he goes into the same bathroom, and he finds one of those giant ladies' Kotex.
Yes.
So he unwrapped it, and he had a big Kotex. He stands behind Neil. He tapes it to Neil's back. Now there's a giant Kotex on Neil's back.
Your father's watching all
Oh, yeah, my father saw the whole thing. Couldn't believe it. So Neil gets up from the table. He's walking around the casino
with a big
Kotex on his back.
Are you kidding?
So,
how long did this go on?
Oh, it went on for some time. And then the whole casino was cracking up because this little guy's walking around with a Kotex. But I mean like a big Kotex. It's draping over his back, all opened up and the cotton's all, pouring out and stuff. So, and Neil's so little, it looked like a knapsack. So he's walking around, and the whole place is cracking up.
Oh, Ralph really got him.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Ralph got him good. And then, so this guy, so Neil is online. You know where you go into the cashier?
Yeah.
Neil is online, and this guy taps him on the shoulder. And a good Samaritan. Neil's like blowing him off, ignoring him.
Right.
Like, hey, what are you bothering me? What are you bothering me?
He's Neil.
And Neil's a real wise, so it's good for him to be humbled like this. So he keeps tapping. He goes, excuse me, there's a sanitary napkin. And he goes, what? Get out of here. He goes, what are you talking about? Well, he turns, is he pissed? Oh, man. He had walked around a good 25 minutes with a sanitary napkin on his back.
No one deserves it more.
Oh, my father loved it. My father couldn't believe it. Because, he couldn't believe how much fun we make of Dominic's weight. He thought it was so rude because he says, that Dominic is a great guy. He's a very generous guy. He's a great guy. You guys make fun. But then 2 seconds later, my old man is making fat jokes.
Oh, no.
Because you can't help but do it. Like we're in the car, right? I say to someone, hey, someone have a deck of cards. Let's practice. Let's play some blackjack. So my father goes, well, there's no table. Neil goes, well, we could use Dominic's belly. And it's like, you know, and Dominic's belly is... And then we said, well, no, that would be too big a table. So take up the whole car.
Nobody could get to each other.
Yeah, so, you know, there was a lot of hijinks going on our trip to Atlantic City. It was great. But we got down there, and Augie was there, Trump Plaza.
Waiting for you.
Waiting for us. Took care of us. They loved Dominic down there. He had a butler. He even had a butler.
Dominic's down there all the time, though, isn't he?
Yeah, he loves it there.
He drops a bunch of money down.
Well, he won.
This time.
Oh, yes.
He's got to be dropping money somewhere.
Oh, yes. So, we were down there. There was a lot of hijinks going on. It was pretty wild. There was we got in the elevator, and like this old lady, it was a crowded elevator, and this old lady turns around. One of those old ladies, you know, she's like 100 years old, but she's got like bright red hair. She goes and gets one of those dye jobs, you know, bright red hair, look like Lucy on her last legs. She turns around, she goes, "Hey, aren't you that Donald Stern?"
Donald?
Yeah, so I said, yeah. I said, people mistake me for Donald Stern all the time, but it's not me. But Neil gets crazy. You know, Neil's a wise ass. He doesn't like it because she smacked me. You know, she like hit me. She went, "Hey, aren't you that Donald Stern?" So he gets me, you know, he doesn't like it. So he says to her, "Hey, let me ask you something, lady. Did you fall into a bucket of red paint?" So, yeah, I swear. So,
that sounds like Neil.
Yeah. I mean, no, you know, balls like you never saw on that little guy. He's angry at women, Neil. Oh. All right?
With reason.
Oh, please. Right. So she goes, "What? What did you say, little man?" So he goes, "Did you?" And Neil's like 45 years old. So wait, so, you know. So he goes, "I said, did you drop your head in a bucket of red paint? I never saw hair like." He goes, "What? You don't like my hair?" He goes, "Not only don't I like your hair," he says, "here's $20. Go shave your head."
Oh.
What?
Dominic's on the phone.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Dominic's probably been waiting all morning for me to talk about Atlantic City. Hello?
Good morning.
Then Dominic did something real cool. My father hadn't been to Atlantic City. We would love playing cards. We were sitting there for 5 hours playing cards. So finally Dominic says, "Let's break for dinner." So I said, "Dominic, we don't want to break for dinner. What you got to do is get a menu, call up, and have them deliver it right to your room. And they should call up from the room. As soon as the food is all opened up there, we'll run up, we'll eat in 10 minutes, we'll get right back down to the table." And he made it happen.
Yeah?
God bless Dominic. I wouldn't make a move without him.
The best part was watching the two Stern men together.
You know what's the best? Dominic's like the fat kid who couldn't get any friends, so he buys them all. Boy, he bought me off.
That's for sure. What happened with the dealer from Korea?
You know, you're an idiot.
What?
Dominic really embarrassed me. Something wrong with Dominic. We're standing there, and, like, you know, they got a lot of dealers that you got questionable ethnic background.
Not questionable. You just don't know what they are.
Right. So, anyway, they had some blacks, we had some this, that, and the other thing, you know, all different kinds, and everything was going pretty smooth. And then we get this Chinese guy.
They slip in a Chinese guy.
Who was a dead ringer for Bruce Lee. Like, find me a Chinese guy who isn't. You know what I mean?
Stop it. Bruce Lee was
but this guy was
looking kind of guy.
He was like a Korean guy, you know. So, anyway, Dominic goes, "Hey." Just starts yelling at the table. He goes, "Hey, how come, you know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see you move your lips up and down."
Without speaking.
Wait a second. So I go, I don't even know what he's talking about. What do you mean? He's yelling at the guy, "Move your lips up and down." So now the guy's getting uncomfortable, and I'm getting uncomfortable. And Dominic's getting as inappropriate as his weight. So he goes, so he says, no, you know what I mean? Like in the Chinese movies where they move the lips and the voice don't match. And he's laughing and he's falling off his stool. And meanwhile, I just said to the Chinese guy, I said, "Listen, man, I apologize for this retard." I said, I don't know what he's doing. He's completely inappropriate.
He's drunk.
I think he's dizzy. I said, so, you know, he goes, "That's okay. Everyone here win now except him." He rused. And Dominic, I won't give. But the guy was right. You lost a bundle.
He murdered me. 8 in a row I lost. And he kept
You deserved
laughing.
it. And I was laughing, too.
And I think also you have to mention what a good player your dad is.
Yeah, he's a good player.
The guy can play blackjack.
Oh, shut up, Dominic. Quit sucking up to me.
Oh, kiss ass.
Kiss ass. You know, and then Dominic, here's a guy, a big bloated guy, making fun of the Korean guy. It's like, you know, there's plenty to make fun of on Dominic.
Yeah, he could have unloaded on Dominic.
Yeah.
But that guy, it would have been his job.
Oh, rookie, how you, Mr. Fatso? You eat all my doggy.
You'll be a bulldog.
We had a good time, though, right?
Well, it was a great time. It was a good trip again.
Because of Augie.
Yep. Augie.
Trump ought to promote him to the head of that casino.
Augie, head of comps. The best. I'm going to club, brother.
We had a good time, huh, buddy?
I had a real good time, best friend.
He's going to court.
You going to court?
What's at the food court?
You know what trip we have to make? We've got to take Robin to Atlantic City one day.
Yeah, we're going to take the girls.
I think Robin should come.
There you go.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. There he is, the noted counselor, Dominic Barbara. He's on that car phone. Can't understand a thing he's saying. Hey, Dominic, how was it in Atlantic City? Hey, you got any good ideas for the next trip? Yeah, we'll take Robin. All right, thank you. I don't know, my father doesn't know quite how to... I don't like my father's style of play, but he was good. He plays different than I do.
Did he mess you up?
No, it didn't mess me up. But, sometimes it was like, if I was making a hefty bet, I was looking at my father, he's like, You know what I mean?
Oh, he's watching you, seeing what you do, and maybe not approving so much of what you're doing.
Yeah, but I'm a better card player than him anyway, because... No, he didn't win, I did. So, who's better, right? Thank God. Otherwise, I'd have hear the whole time.
You should never have...
I tell you not to be stupid, you moron.
Don't make fun of the Korean.
No, even my father and I said, hey, Dominic put a bad vibe on the table. He really did. Because he's, hey, man, some guy's just dealing for his living. Mellow out. And then every time a pretty girl would come by, Neil would start making remarks to her, and so the girls would run away.
So you couldn't get a girl to sit at the table?
No, there was like one really pretty pit boss who was like hanging around us and stuff, and of course right away he started in,
Of course.
Hey, baby. 2 seconds later she ran away.
Say the absolute wrong thing.
Yeah, he said the absolute wrong thing within 3 seconds, and she was out the door.
Neil couldn't pick up a hooker with money.
No.
He's just pitiful.
I don't even remember what he said, but it was real funny.
She's got that knack of saying, hey, honey. And
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
She wants me.
She was so turned on. I never saw a woman run faster from the tables. But Trump Plaza is the best hotel there. It really is. I know he's a sometime sponsor of ours, but it is a great hotel. I love it there. I will never go to another hotel. How many times have I been there now? Like 100?
Yeah, that's your place.
I bum out in the other places. Yeah, there's a free commercial. Even if I lost money there, I would still say nice things.
You've never lost money there? I'm sure you have.
I have. They rate you, too. That's a whole other thing.
Have you got a rating when you go there? They still have your name?
No, I don't know if they still have my name, but they gave me a rating.
Yeah? What was your rating?
I got a B. I'm not an A player. I'm a B player. That's weird. They walk over to check how much you're betting. Like, hey, screw you guys. I'm betting what I'm comfortable with. What, am I supposed to impress you guys?
That's so wild how they do that.
Yeah, I'm not going to impress you guys.
But you register then with them.
No, I didn't ask to be rated. He starts rating me. I go, hey, get away from me.
Because they don't keep track of whether you win or lose, just how much you're betting.
Yeah, how much your average bet is.
It's weird.
Yeah. But they had some nice cocktail waitresses down there. They run around those little outfits, the big breasts sticking out. Oh, God, I get so horny. Hi-yo is right.
Where do those people live?
I don't know, man. One of them came over to me and said she really enjoyed the show. That to me is like, hey, I want to sleep with you. That to me means I want to sleep with you.
Or I would.
Yeah. Or I think I would sleep with you. You weren't that lame.
Is your father smiling?
I saw my father checking out the broads. He has a whole move. He turns.
He's like you.
One thing about my father. No, I at least do it surreptitiously. My old man looks at a broad. He's like this. He's looking her up and down.
Eyeballing her.
Oh yeah, and he's looking her up and down like he's in the Miss America pageant and he's one of the judges.
He's
whole face starts.
Up and down. His whole head is bobbing up and down. It's like try to be a little less obvious. It's really sad when you see your old man checking out women. You don't want to. That's my mother. Oh, he's got to check him out. My mom doesn't do anything to fox herself up.
I'll never forget the time your father dropped a $1 bill on the floor because I was wearing a low-cut dress.
Yeah, my old man takes a look. Why not?
Hey, Robin.
He's not dead.
Look, I dropped $1.
Yeah, I'm just like my old man. Except I'm a little less obvious. All right, we're going to take a break. I was reading David Hinckley's column. He was bashing me again because he's such a pussy he can't bash me to my face. I had him up here. I gave him an interview. He didn't sit and say one thing. Did you see that column in the newspaper?
No.
About me? He's talking about how he's got convoluted logic. I knew there was a reason I didn't like him. He's saying that, like, I'm responsible for how guys are behaving at baseball games when they yell at girls. And I was just like, dude,
what?
Get it straight. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't even really make sense of what he was saying. He writes in a really poor fashion. In fact, out of all the articles that were written about me around the time I booked, his article might have been the weakest. I'm just saying in general, he just wrote nothing new.
Yeah, that's when he came up, right?
He came out of a 2-hour interview with nothing. And nothing new. No new angle.
But you're now responsible for... You don't even go to baseball games.
And I just said, hey, dude, do you know how guys talk? That's how guys talk. They talk about women. They're attracted to them.
Did he just start going to baseball games?
Yeah, I don't know. He must have gone to a game.
Decided it must be you.
Yeah, so there was some guy yelling at a woman or something who had a nice chest or something. So he decided that it's because of me somehow that the guys now do this. Guys have done that since Adam.
Yeah, there's never a construction guy on a street corner
no, they did it
before you.
No, they didn't. No, he says now it's because of me. They all feel it's okay to do it. I don't know what he was saying. Oh, what a nitwit.
Did you hear the people at the Jackie Mason show yelling, "Hey, Governor"?
Did they?
Yeah.
I didn't hear it. No, I really didn't hear it.
I thought, not here, not at a Broadway show.
Yeah, now you know I don't like to go out.
Please.
Isn't it horrible going out with me? You even said it was horrible.
I'm never going to do it again.
I know. Me and my wife are just yelling at each other.
There's always confusion, and it's just impossible, and you can't enjoy yourself when you're with
it's awful going out with us. My wife's yelling. We couldn't decide if we wanted to go to dinner after there was a big dinner at the Waldorf Astoria if you bought tickets for this Rainforest concert. So I said to my wife, let's not go. First of all, we don't know what we're doing there, and it's going to, you'll just be standing around. It's going to be goofy. And she goes, no, I'm really hungry. I want to eat. So I go, okay, I'll do it. I said I'd do it because she's always saying I'm no fun and I don't go anywhere. I said, okay, I'm going to be fun and we're going to go somewhere. Then we get in the car and then she says, no, now she don't want to go. Then I want to go. Then she don't want to go. And I want to go. Then finally we go up. And then 2 seconds later we're bumming out and we have to find our way to the car, but we don't know how to get to the car.
The worst was... No, pull around to one of the other doors. No, I want to go through this door. No, let's go around the
Because my wife, she drives me nuts. So I just want to go in the door.
I just don't want to be here.
Yeah, well, now you know how I feel, so that's not why I don't go out anywhere. It's just too much hassle. I don't want to sit there and yell all night. It's too weird.
But you have a strange thing going on, because 1 minute it's like, oh, God, look at the whole crowd standing there. They've got a belt and a rope and a red carpet.
Yeah.
And then she says, well, let's just keep going. No. I want to go through that door.
Yeah.
No, you want to go around the corner. No, wait a minute. What's the fun of that?
Yeah.
Oh, so I can't tell whether you want to avoid this.
No, what I want to do is this. I wanted to go in the building. I didn't want to sit and have that discussion in the car in front of you and your friend there, who I don't even know. And I don't want, the whole time my wife was saying, I'm no fun, and let's go in. Finally, when I agree to it, then she goes, I don't want to go.
But I thought she turned around to you at one point and said, look, what are you doing? You know you don't want to be here. Let's just turn around and go home.
I explained to my wife at the concert, I said, look, it's a lot of standing around and signing autographs and, and not knowing what to do with yourself. I said, you see what's going on? Let's just go home. She goes, oh, you're still disappointed. Instead of saying, I understand. 2 seconds later, when I say, okay, I'll go because you're disappointed, then she comes back and says, no, let's go home. And then she starts arguing with me, and we get into this little 2-year-old conversation. I don't want to go. I want to go. I don't want to go. I want to go. I don't want to go. And so I said, just go. And then as soon as I say, let's just go, she goes, no, now you're mad that you want to go, and I don't want to go if you're going to be mad, and I don't want to be yelled at. And I was just like, oh, my God.
I thought, I just can't take it. I told you I felt bad the whole next day.
Well, the limo driver turned around and smacked her.
I had this sick feeling the next day. I said, I don't know. What's wrong with the two of them?
Nothing wrong with me. I know exactly what I want to do. I don't want to go anywhere. I know what I want to do. I know just fine what I want to do. I'm clear on what I want to do. Anyway, I want to take a break and do the news. I want to talk about something
No,
else.
I don't want to do the news.
I want to do the news.
You left out one thing.
You know you don't want to do the news.
What is that?
Before, when you were talking about the rainforest, you said Trudy came over and she had a low-cut back on her gown, and her hand went down her back, and then you got cut
Oh, so listen to this. So we're sitting at a table, right, with Ron Delzer. I'm being bored out of my mind. I mean, Ron's a nice guy, but who wants to spend the night with him? Ron's better just to know on the phone and hang up on him. And I'm at a table with Sting's manager. What's that guy's name?
Ian Copeland.
Ian Copeland. Was a nice guy, don't get me wrong, but I was there. I kind of felt like I was a little bit of a celebrity. What am I doing with Ron Delzer and Ian Copeland? So I'm sitting there, and my wife goes, come on, let me just eat some salad. I want to meet Sting and Trudy. My wife thinks that Trudy wants to meet her because she says on the radio, I want to meet your wife. Meanwhile, Trudy could care less about meeting my wife. My wife doesn't get it. She's just saying that. She doesn't understand lip service. As Robin will tell you later, she had us drag Trudy over to the table. She wasn't going to sit there and run and meet me. Yeah. So Sting's wife doesn't want to sit there with me. And Sting certainly don't. So he's in a room with famous people. Going to sit with me? So all of a sudden...
He's at a table next to Elton John.
Yeah, he's going to run over to be with me. Like I'm some kind of fun. So... my wife goes, I want to meet Sting and Trudy because Trudy wants to meet me. I go, Allison, Trudy don't want to meet you. Don't you know? No, she said on the radio she wants to meet me. I said, she don't want to meet you. And I get crazy. I just want to go home and rest because I'm exhausted from this.
You've worked very hard.
So my wife goes, I have to pee. I said, okay, go pee. So she goes to pee. She gets up. This was like out of a movie. She goes to the bathroom. She has to recruit 7 people to go to the bathroom. She goes off to the bathroom. 2 seconds later, who shows up? Sting and Trudy. We take pictures together. Oh, no. We have all kinds of interaction. I said, my wife wanted to meet you. They walk away. Guess who comes back? Allison. She missed Trudy, missed Sting.
Oh, no.
No, actually, she did manage to see Trudy. She
Sting was already gone.
She was all upset she didn't meet Sting. I don't blame her. I said, so who told you to go to the bathroom? I told you not to go to the bathroom.
She couldn't sit for 2 minutes.
No. No, Trudy comes over, and she's wearing this low, slinky, and she's got some body on her. And she's got no bra on, and she's got the ass cleavage. Not only does she have the regular cleavage, she's got ass cleavage.
She's got every cleavage.
Yeah. In other words, the back of her dress goes so far down, you see the butt cheeks and the top of the buttocks. So she comes over. She's saying hello. I don't.
She got down on her knees in front of you.
She was down on her knees, and you know what? I didn't know what to do because I knew my wife was. Hey, normally I'd take her, I'd start making out with her. But listen, my wife is there. I can't do that.
You know she's coming back any second.
Yeah, right. She's coming back any second. So I think Trudy was like turned off by my lack of friendliness.
Well, I thought you had her in a pretty good hold there.
Well, what I did was I went to put my arm around her, and all of a sudden I realized there's no back. So all of a sudden I'm underneath the dress. My hand's on her ass, but on her ass, not on the outside of the cloth.
Oh.
I'm palming the cheek.
Which one? Right one.
Right one. Right. Like Trudy. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I know she's got Sting, and Sting's a real good-looking guy, but I think she wants it from me.
I think she does, too.
You do?
He tells me you get her very sexed up. He says, what the heck has he got going there?
I would have sex with her because she wouldn't tell my wife.
And she wouldn't tell Sting.
And she's not going to tell Sting. In fact, I could threaten her that I'll tell Sting. But boy, oh boy, there was no underpants on, nothing. Because I had my hand.
You couldn't in that dress.
No, I had my hand right down there.
You got a big hand, too.
Oh, yeah.
Where was your thumb?
I pulled out a piece of toilet paper.
Oh, stop it.
Oh, it's true. It's true. It's true.
You're just sick.
What was that doing back there?
Like that in there.
Trudy's. I have Trudy's paper.
She was nervous. A big event.
Big event.
That was pretty funny. So I look around. She's down on her knees. Howard's got his hand in the dress.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Hey, didn't take long, did it?
She was down on her knees with a low cut.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
She's got her hand in his lap. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah. And then Sting comes jumping over. He jumps. He's wearing red sneakers. He's jumping. Hello, hello. I never know what to say to that guy. It's always so damn awkward. I'm standing there, and here I've interviewed the guy a couple of times, and I like him. I respect him as an artist. And then I don't know. He comes over and he goes, hey, how I go, hey, Sting, how you doing there?
I was actually saying to you, I like that you talk about my wife.
Yeah, I said, hey.
I like that you're hot for her.
Yeah, so I was trying to say something. I always have to initiate the conversation. He never has anything to say. I said, hey, it was a great concert. Oh, thank you. I said, and you find with these famous guys, you got to work, when you're around them, you got to think of things to say.
Oh.
So I said, hey, how you like me talk about your wife on the air? And, then, he fakes a punch to my face, and he goes, oh, no, actually, it's quite a compliment, quite a compliment. And then that was it. And then he walks away. He goes, all right, I'll see you later. I'll see you later.
You want me to tell you what the move was there?
What? Oh, my move or his?
No, his.
What was it? Tell me.
I don't know if I should say this.
No, you could say it. Say it. If you don't know if you should say it, then just say it. Get it over with.
Well, someone else at the table horned in on the conversation.
Between me and Sting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Ron Delsener?
And then Sting hightailed it out of
Oh, was that it?
Yeah, that's when he just was like out of there.
Yeah, well, hey, they stick me at a table with Ron Delsener. And what did Ron say? Something obnoxious?
First he says something about
Sting.
Elton John still doesn't get that Queen of Spades line in your song.
Yeah, what the hell? What was Ron Delsener talking about? Because Ron wants to look like he's friends with Sting.
Yes.
In the worst way.
Oh. And he tried to ignore him once because, I don't know what that means either.
I didn't even know what Ron was talking about. What the hell's he talking about?
Who knows?
All right, we got to do spots.
And then Then he got closer to Sting, and Sting ran.
Oh, is that it?
Yes.
So I finally had a moment with Sting, and Ron Delsener blows him off.
Chased him away.
Well, just as well, because you know what? I don't know what to say to the guy anyway.
You might have been invited to his tea.
His tea?
Yeah.
Screw that. I was hoping he'd invite me and my wife back to his place for a little swapping action.
Oh, yeah. Well, he had a tea the very next day.
Oh, did he?
Yes, he had a special tea.
Yeah, I wasn't invited. No one invites me to cool stuff.
If Ron hadn't run him away, you never know what might have happened.
Even as much as like Joan Rivers likes us, whenever she has a real cool party with Walter Cronkite and Liza Minnelli, she doesn't invite us. Right?
You know they auctioned off something with Joan Rivers, a dinner for 12 at somebody's house hosted by Joan Rivers.
Oh, good luck. Wait till you see what she serves. You'll be starving. You better bring your own food.
Friends better eat first.
You better bring something in a bag. All right, we got to take a break. We'll be back.
Oh, boy.
For those of you watching our TV show here, this is someone just faxed us in how to draw Gary, how to draw Baba Booey. Here it is. It says how to draw Gary.
Okay.
All right. This is a lesson for everyone at home. Step 1, caveman eyebrow. There it is.
1, not 2. Very important.
One joining eyebrow. Step 2, smelly mustache, which is one line, as you can see.
Yeah, almost as long as the eyebrow.
Right. It's sent in by our listener, John Nagy. Then booger-filled nose and beady eyes. You can see that. And you got step 3, big, giant teeth. See? Lots of miles of them. And then, of course, you can add one of these profound statements. You put a caption. It could either be duh or hey, ball. Where's the Lesbos? See? I'm an idiot, a friggin' idiot.
If you feel very inspired that day, you can add your own.
Right. There's only one mistake on this. Nobody put the mole in. Let me see. There's no mole. Well, and you got, here's a picture of Gary's face after I pass wind in his face. Oh, man. Wolf, I don't think this is funny. All right. This is called primitive Baba Booey.
Very, lots of African influence.
Yeah. Boss, I is the missing link. There it is.
Looks like a cave drawing.
Look at all the drawings coming in. Here's Gary. This is just Gary the gorilla. Here. All the faxes coming in. God, there's a pile of them.
People never tire of drawing Gary.
I know. There's just so many of them.
And they're getting so creative.
I'm showing them to our camera because we're putting them on the E-show.
Look at the work, the detail in there.
All right. You want to talk about detail? Hold on a second. Oh, jeez. Here's the side of a milk carton that says, have you seen this monkey? Call 1-800, whatever that is. All right. All right. We'll see you tomorrow.